Adrenaline in my soul. We're here to start the show. Hey everyone, this is Micoy. Welcome back to another episode of the BLT podcast. I am joined by
Poker 2004.
and today's
And
special guest.
KeanuVGC.
Oh,
Introduce yourself.
Sorry about that. Yo, I'm KeanuVGC. What's going on, guys?
All right,
Pretty much known for.
all right, Keno. Welcome to the podcast.
Sorry,
Tell
what?
tell us about yourself.
Yeah. Um, Pretty much known for VGC drafts. Won a couple of those, but just starting on Smogan pretty much. But it's been interesting being on Bangaros. It's pretty nice start we've had. Yeah, I've been scouting a lot of the players. Honestly, it's been really fun getting to know a lot of the players. And BLT in general. Yeah, it's been a good experience.
Good.
Apart from the drafting.
For like less than a year, and you're already doing so well. All right, last time we covered week 1 recap and week 2 predictions. Today, week 2 has finally concluded, and week 3 has just begun. Already one game is played because we never could get 40 games. We could never get 40 predictions right, basically. All right. So this week has been pretty interesting. A lot of really surprising upsets, but there's also players that really surprised us in these games for either playing well or playing rather crap. Let's talk about each game now, shall we?
okay.
Alright.
First up, we got Flame Slinger Skeleturgis tying the Sunny Shore Snorlaxes, the defending champions, if you will. A lot of this series went very back. This series actually went pretty even. Like both teams really like evenly split across the board, and it's nice to see the games end in a tie. This particular game, at least. So yeah, let's start off. Hold on, let me get my. First off, we got Michael Gerbest losing to Star Master. Michael Gerbest going 0-2 in SVOU. Really surprising. But when you actually look at the games itself, this one actually was a bit of a curb stop. Well, maybe, but there were a couple of moments where we were really surprised though. First off, the Garganackle versus Garganackle.
Yeah.
Let's talk about that, shall we? Like, okay, how unkillable is Garganackle in OU right now?
Honestly.
As unkillable as it's always been.
Yeah.
It's a.
I mean, last week's Water Terra was. I'm trying to find who was that last week, but like someone ran a Water Terra and that thing did not die for like 3 months straight.
I think that's somewhat standard recently.
Yeah, it's a very standard-ish Terra set to go along with it. Water and Fairy are pretty much like the top two Terra typings for Garganackle, especially. Basically, this Garganackle versus Garganackle war. Star managing to make Michael's recovers ran out of PP first, so that
because of the crit, the Salt Cure crit.
Well, there was a particularly nasty crit that happened later, but the main focus of Starmaster was trying to get Michael's PP to run out first, so that his Garganackle manages to survive at least a couple more turns before he dies to Slowbro, and also that crit happened.
Well, Micoy, you see, I think Michael might have won the recovery war without the crit. Is the thing.
That's a shame. Well, that's a complete shame.
Damn.
So after the Garganackle Wars had already been done with, this Terra Water Great Tusk proved to be quite the threat, knocking out Slowbro, and then despite getting burned, getting to knock out the Dragapult later. Which was really interesting. Like, I know Great Tusk is one of the top mons in Ubers, but still, Ubers, OU, still.
OU.
But you?
It's also one of the top mountains in Ubers too, though.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, yeah. Um, this is the particular moment that happened. Even though the hex, the Will-O-Wisp hex set, which surprisingly has been quite a feature in this week especially, didn't really get to knock out the Great Tusk here. The ending saw Corviknight using Iron Defense to stand up to King Gambit's Kowtow Cleave and ultimately winning. So yeah, a good win by Starmaster, wouldn't you say?
Yeah.
Yes,
Next,
apart from the crit, but yeah, it
yes,
was a good win otherwise, and I think that was that Specs Iron Valiant,
maybe, but still.
or was
Pretty
it
sure.
Scarf?
Let me see. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was Specs.
We sure it didn't actually do
Let
a
me
ton
calc
to
that.
slow bro. It didn't do a ton to slow bro, so I'm thinking it was like Scarf or something,
Scarf or probably
or just
something
like
wacky.
a different item.
Yeah, something wacky because because Specs would actually do
Let me look.
a bunch. Well, as you're looking at the bunch, I mean, you can tell you that Starmaster is 2-0, I think, and Michael Derbest is 0-2. Michael's got to pick up the pace in OU.
Damn.
Next
Yeah,
up,
it might be Scarf.
it may be.
It's just adding that on.
All right, next up we got My Java versus JJ09 Lee in the other OU match. This game was pretty much decided around turn 4, I think,
Yeah.
because the
Let me see.
because
Switching.
the burn on the
Yeah.
Great Tusk really helped My Java, as JJ kind of needed My Java around this part, especially against, well, the Toxpex, the Skeledirge, or even the own Great Tusk. He just needed this guy to kill a lot of damage, and especially with the Torkoal and the attack boost from Booster Energy, yeah, he kind of needed it.
Yeah, that was an offensive Great Tusk, I think.
A very offensive Great Tusk. Uh, Also, JJ switching into Walking Wake
Yeah.
against an attacking Dragapult. Risky play.
That one kind of confused me.
Risky play. Didn't ultimately pay off.
Yeah, I guess well, actually I can understand why JJ did it though. He probably predicted an oncoming Hex, not Dragon Darts.
I suppose that is true. Walking Wake does tend to take a
Mm.
hex pretty well.
Yeah, it's a non-status mon into a hex. You would that wouldn't do a lot.
Mm.
So obviously JJ predicted hex, and I guess my Java thought maybe he'll send out Roaring Moon or even Walking Wake just for sudden offensive pressure. More likely the Wake, I guess, since it's the special attacker.
That's understandable. So
Yeah.
the rest of the game was basically JJ having a hard time playing around toxic spikes. No real hazard removal. Maybe there is rapid spin in the Great
Rapid
Tusk.
spin.
Yeah, there's
That's yeah.
yeah, maybe rapid spin in
Torkoal could
Zinnias.
also learn Rapid Spin, I think. Can it?
Yes.
Again.
Yeah, it can.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you can, but I don't think they would run that. Maybe he was relying
On
on
this
magic bounce.
team, I don't.
Hmm? Go ahead. Go ahead, Kano.
On this team, I don't think he would run Torkoal. Having that move, but I don't know.
Yeah, odds are
I'm
the
pretty sure
Tusk
he
would.
was relying on magic bounce though. So
Yeah, he was
Yeah,
relying on
yet
magic.
magic
he
bounce.
kind of he failed to do that when the Toxpex was out. I think he should have just switched in the Hatterene immediately once Toxpex came out.
But there's also you're risking the run the fact of it running sludge bomb so that it can like do some damage on the Hatterene.
Well, true, but it's not a ton of damage. Also, can we talk about JJ's Volcarona?
Yeah, it had psychic.
Psychic.
No, that's not what's notable.
Oh right, it had boot. It had non-boots.
Listen.
It was a non-boots Volcarona, Terra Psychic.
Terra Psychic with Psychic. I is it for Pex? Maybe it is just for Pex, or maybe Great Tusk. I don't know.
It could be for
Can't say I've
Pex or
ever seen that
Great
set before.
Tusk.
Go ahead, Keanu.
Yeah, me neither. This is unique.
Yeah.
Especially with the fact that it's not boots, which implies it's probably like specs. Was it revealed later what it was?
No, it wasn't revealed.
Right, because JJ forfeited at
Yeah.
turn 18.
Yeah, it was a very short game.
It's probably specs.
My Java had a pretty distinct advantage toward that game, and ultimately took the win. Next up, we got the upset that never was an upset when you actually look at the team. Fogbound Lake versus Genius from Hoenn. Thoughts on this game, Keanu?
Hold up. Sorry. The music's on. Okay. This match, honestly, Fogbound, I really like. I used to talk to him a bit. I really like his sets with Gatatsu, or like what he does with Gatatsu. He uses it pretty well on most of his teams. Like he pretty much, I mean, it's not really exposing his teams because you can scout and he pretty much has Gatatsu on all his teams. But
really?
yeah, he really uses a lot of like literally like 9 out of 10 teams he has Gatatsu. But anyways, yeah, he really loves trapping people.
It's a shadow tag. Shadow tag is a menace when you run out the telenovers.
Yep. Yeah, this match. Honestly, it was. I mean, he did well at the start, but it kind of just died down.
Yeah, I feel like the Terra on Ting Lu was a bit odd. Like, I think I get the purpose behind it, not wanting to die to, Koraidon, but at the same time, you kind of lost the only thing that could possibly slow down Fluttermane.
Yeah, I was gonna say about that. Like,
Apart
Fogbound
from
actually had a
Pex.
pretty strong start. The trick scarf in the Glamora was already a big sign. Using Hatterene to bounce back to Stealth Rock, so it takes the hazard damage. Toxicking the Chien Pao at a pretty notable time was pretty good. Yeah, Fogbound Lake seemed to have everything going for it. But then he revealed to do the ground Tinglu, which may be good against Koraidon, but not really the best in the long game. If you know what I mean? Like, you gotta preserve your Terra for the long game. And I think that's what.
Yeah, I feel he needed the Terra for later to prevent getting swept by Fluttermane.
Yeah.
I was personally thinking he should have Terra'd Annihilate.
Me too. Because Annihilate would have done some nasty damage with either Terra Ghost or Terra something to resist Fluttermane, because it ultimately was the sweeper of this game. Like, once it came in and revealed Terra Fairy, it just swept pretty much everything Fogbound Lake has towards the end. Like, even Toxapex couldn't take a hit. Even Toxicking the thing didn't really help matters in the end, because it was gonna die regardless for being slow, and Fluttermane just kept sweeping and sweeping and sweeping, and ultimately, Fluttermane ultimately took the win for Genius from Hoenn.
In a surprising win.
Not really that surprising considering the matchup, but
on paper, it's surprising.
It was kind of on paper. It was. But when you actually look at the teams, it's really not. All right. Next game. Just Drew versus Slip in Yu. This one.
Oi, oi.
This one was unfortunate for like well, actually, no, it wasn't kind of unfortunate. I'm thinking of another game. This one, it was a solidly played game by both players. Both players actually, they knew what they were doing. A lot of switching going on, especially in these first couple of turns. The Terra Water Salamence to counteract Scissor's Bullet Punch and Flamethrower, eventual Flamethrower to kill, was a kind of a good strat on Slip's part.
But you know what else was a good strat?
What is it?
I believe Drew's Gastrodon Terra Ghosted,
It was the Terra Ghost Gastrodon.
which is literally a foolproof wall against the Tauros.
Which, you know, is pretty funny. Like, Tauros really couldn't do anything against the Gastrodon, so it kept getting Storm Drain and it can't do CC for pretty much for Beans. Um and of course, being being Terra Water also helped matters for also the toxic, also being toxic, the no, not toxic, poisoned. Slips Salamence being poisoned was kind of crucial. It went from a kind of a dominant performance by Slip to being more of a Drew matchup towards the end. Like, it was pretty Slip heavy, and then it became Drew.
I never really felt like it was super slip heavy though.
But you could kind of see like Slip actually managing to outplay Drew in a couple of occasions. And then towards the end, Drew who had the upper hand. So it was a good game. All things considered, it was a pretty good game.
Yeah.
All right. Next up, this one I get to laugh at. Tier Acid
Tier.
versus Ziri in RU.
Guys, Siffy was right. Siri did bring the Demon Bronzong. How did he know?
How did he know? He watched the game while we were going through. Anyway, never mind. Never mind about semantics. This game, Iron Thorns just kind of had a hard time. Yes, it got Terra Grass, but it Dragon Dance. It missed the Stone Edge against an Altaria. And then it got Will-O-Wisp.
Yeah, that was pretty unfortunate.
And then, it also carried Brave Bird, which dealt a ton of damage. And then dying, of course, to a Rocky Helmet Crocodile. So Iron Thorns didn't really get to do that much of a significant performance, even though it was pegged to be kind of the attack, well, kind of the most reliable win con, basically. And then, of course,
Yeah, and the
go ahead.
Bronzong.
The Bronzong.
We gotta
Electric
talk about the
Terra.
Bronzong.
It's an electric Terra
The Terra Electric Combined Iron Defense Bronzong.
with
I think it was.
with stored
Yep.
power and body
Stored
press
power.
damage. Body press
Nothing
And
went crazy
since
this
it's
match.
and since it's Terra Electric with Levitate, it has no weaknesses.
Basically has no weaknesses unless you're Terravolt, Mold Breaker. But really, who cares that in RU?
Yeah, I don't think there's any mold breakers in RU.
Unless you're running Drillbur, I guess. But who is running Drillbur in RU? Anyway,
Drillbur.
I don't think that's legal in this gen.
It's not legal.
It's not.
I'm just memeing. I'm just memeing that. Anyway, yeah, no Mold Breaker. Well, I guess Tinka tough, but why would you use that?
Yeah, you wouldn't use that in RU. Also, wanna know what's funny?
What is funny?
Micoy, you'll know what I'm talking about. When I was watching through all these replays, I play music. I play my own music in the background while watching him. For this game, you wanna know what song played for this?
What?
Dancing Queen by ABBA. Which I found very funny, because if you look at Tear Acid's team, well, you have the Dragon Dance, Iron Horns, Thorns, Iron Horns, and you got the quiver dancer Oricorio,
The Revelation,
which is also female. It's the Dancing Queen.
No, well, the true dancing queen here is Bronzong because it danced around Tear Acid's team pretty much the entire game.
Yeah, you're right. Bronzong was the Dancing Queen.
Alright, speaking of dancing queens, next up we got Togki versus Vinny the Vinny the Winnie.
What does this have to do with Dancing Queens?
I don't know. I don't know. Perfect segue, I guess.
Okay.
Alright, this game, it really wasn't much to it. Togki basically dominated Vinny the Winnie for 50 turns in this game. Zoroark, complete highlight. Dark Pulse, Specs Dark Pulse actually hits pretty much everything in this matchup.
Yep.
Even its own Zoroark can't stand it as much.
Well, it has no bulk.
It's got no bulk. It's got really frail stats. And yeah, the Scyther Illusions or Arc was just what it won the game. The Winnie just didn't have anything really good prepped against it, so yeah.
Zoroark is always a tricky mon, cause like it can always catch you off guard. Like you can make it take the illusion of a physical mon like Bassinian or something, so it tricks you into switching in the Sandaconda, which can't defend against the Dark Pulse.
Respects.
Yeah, especially when you're Specs.
Alright, next game we saw PU. We got Tealenet versus Yes or No My Dude. A lot of niche sets were had in this game. Like sets you wouldn't really expect to run on normal PU, but they did it anyway. First of all, the special Honchkrow.
You talking about Flapple?
Well, not just Flapple.
Oh yeah.
There's special
Honchkrow?
There's special Honchkrow with
Honchkrow.
Dark Pulse. There's also I think this is Rest Talk Gabite.
Yes.
This was Rest Talk Gabite, and it basically did a lot. It basically phased out a lot of like really important setup mons, like the Dash Bun or the Raichu or even the Flapple. There were a couple of moments here that piqued our interest. First of all, the well-baked body activating for the first, well, pretty much the first time we see all PU, I guess. Charizard activating well-baked body, making it so Dash Bun resists fire moves very, very well. Tealenet basically had Tealenet was facing off with a lot of hacks this game, but good for him that he clutched away a win. First of all, the crit on the Spite Ops was really unfortunate, but there's also like other where are the other Hacksfield turns there were? Oh yeah, the Focus Blast. Focus Miss.
Yeah, Focus Miss.
Yeah, there were a couple of games like that, and then towards the end though, kudos to him for playing well again with the Rest Talk Gabite, right, and the Charizard to basically sweep the rest of the game. Very, very good, especially Terra ghosting with Gabite. which was very
Nice.
surprising.
Yeah, I can't say I'm super familiar with what Terras are usually ran in PU, so I was unaware that Terra Ghost may be the norm for Gabite.
Right? Pretty good there.
Yeah.
Next up is LC. We got Greedy EB versus Elfuson. Now, on paper, we said in the predicts video that on paper, Greedy EB seems to be on a roll, and Elfuson, he's kind of waning a bit. But this game completely turns that prediction right on its head. Know why? I'll show you why. First off, a lot of crucial misses around the first couple of turns. There was the Will-O-Wisp miss uh, by Zorua. There was the Gunk Shot miss to finish off Toad Squirrel by Greedy. These were really unfortunate turns where Stunky really had to kill the Toad Squirrel in order to get some semblance of a momentum, but no, didn't just happen. And then we gotta talk
And
about
then,
And then we gotta talk about this. Gothita sets off the trick against the Diglett.
alright! Oh my god! I love this!
Diglett kills the Gothita pretty much with Earthquake pretty easily. And then Elfuson's Diglett comes in with Air Balloon, basically nullifying Greedy's Earthquake useless. So Elfuson instead went for the setup. Swords Dance, Substitute.
He used Substitute and then proceeded to Sword Stance all the way to full.
To plus
That
6.
was insane play.
This was a crazy.
Also, I like how Greedy Eevee reacted when Elfuson made his Gothita use Trick on the Diglett. He was like, "Hey yo!" He made a face.
He got caught big time and was punished for it. The Earthquake Diglett got punished.
I think he kind of knew. I think he kind of knew that he mped up there
He did
because
get
I think he
effed.
knew what was coming.
He was effed up by the time Diglett came in, and then the air balloon pop. We saw that the substitute came in. We saw the burned nimble come back in, did a first impression, broke the sub, but Diglett ended up substituting again, going for Terra Dark as well, which really made which was like really made an impact because Zorua can't really do anything. Well, can't really hit anything. And then, Voltorb comes in, Quaxley comes back in. It was just an Elfuson dominated game by the end.
I found it so funny that Greedy be sent in quote unquote Quaxley, and it was actually the Zora, and Elfuson just Terra blasted it.
Yeah.
I didn't realize it would be Terra Blast.
It was Terra Dark Diglett.
Terra Dark Diglett with Substitute, Sword Stance, EQ, and Terra Blast. I guess I can understand Terra Dark because it resists the Sucker Punch.
And now you know why Diglett is banned. You ever say something, Keanu?
Yep. The final week. Never have to deal with that Mon ever again.
It's like Elfuson wanted to showcase why it should be banned.
Yep.
And it's a good reason why. Okay, Keanu, you want to talk about Chris Numbers?
All right.
SMB?
DLU.
Go ahead.
All right. Honestly, Chris had a very good start to this match. Oh, the music's on. Hold up 1 second. All right. So this match, honestly, Chris had a very good start, which caught me not really by surprise, but his team kind of died to the sets that SMB had, Water Terra on the Volcarona, and just Psychic Terrain Iron Hands. So Chris, SMB really obviously. I mean, I'm not trying to be too favored here, but one of the goats of DLU.
Of course.
Chris
Nah,
really
it's
brings like.
okay. We all think that.
All right, that's good. But anyways, Chris really brings a lot of standard ladder teams. I feel like, and SMB really prepared for that. Yeah, his teams are. Oh, I shouldn't have said that. But anyways, we're facing him this week. But anyways,
Oh.
yeah. Anyways, it's okay. We already have our team planned. Anyways, yeah, his team is very ladder standard, which I mean, I can see why he did so well in DLT.
Yeah.
So yeah,
I checked Chris. Very
this match is pretty standard. And so Valcarona and Iron Hands pretty much just ended the match here against his team. Yeah.
Yeah, what
Not
do
much
you
else to
think
say.
of what do you
There were
think of
some
the Iron
plays.
Hands on Chris's side going Terra Water?
I mean, at the time, he thought of there was going to be a psychic from the Indeedee, but honestly, the heal post kind of caught him off guard. That kind of just won the match, really. That kind of just sealed the match for SMB, honestly. But yeah, that. I mean, probably might do the same in that situation. That's a maybe for me. I mean, I'd honestly be more scared to take the damage from the Iron Hands than the EDD, so I probably wouldn't have personally.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah, the heal pulse
that kind of
turret
just sealed
really
it.
helped SMB because you're running the risk of really taking damage with the Iron Hands. So really having pretty much the best mon to use in doubles by far, Iron Hands. Just keeping it healthy towards the end of the game
Yeah.
really did help.
Yep. And the fact it was set up.
It's a very
A lot of psychic terrain.
yes, psychic terrain and a lot of swords dance drain punch. I've noticing with Iron Hands. A lot of Iron Hands teams tend to use that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Pretty standard team.
yeah, a very good win here by SMB. Really bouncing back from last week. And Chris, he played fine. He played fine.
Yeah. Bad plays, to be honest.
Hmm. Next up, we got Monotype Trogba versus Felines. This was supposed to be Seru versus Felines, but he subbed out, and instead came Trogba. Oh my god, this normal team. This normal team versus a fairy team. You kind of look at it on preview and you're thinking, okay, I think Felines has this. You got a Flutterman, you got a Mimikyu, you got a Azumarill, you got Klefki Springs, you got Tinkaton. You think, yeah, okay, this might be a pretty good win here by Felines, right? Well, you fail to notice that there's a rat here, waiting patiently.
Or more like a mouse.
This
Or at that.
So first of all, Sylveon not being able to take out Chansey in 2 hits, despite Calm Mind Psyshock, was pretty unfortunate for Felines, and that was kind of the early warning signs that Felines was about to, not really pick up a win here. Because, the mouse comes in, does population bomb thing, and it just killed the Azumarill, which was one kill. And then we gotta talk about this other for next couple of turns. Well, the Ditto came in. Okay, right around here, we got a Mousehold versus a Mimikyu. This went for Shadow Snake. This got Bite. And then Trogba got a lucky flinch, and then it proceeded to encore the Mimikyu. A very interesting
Which made
move.
it Shadow Sneak again.
Which made it Shadow Sneak against a normal team. A normal type team. I don't know if that was the actual game plan that Trogba had against the Mimikyu, but it works.
So this team that Chagwa is running.
Mhm.
It's actually a YouTuber's team. I actually have this team myself.
Wait, what YouTuber?
I'll try to find it. But yeah. What
Is
up?
it PokeMMD?
No. It's
I
someone
don't think he
okay.
would run. I
someone
don't
else.
think PokeAim would actually run a normal team unless he watches this video.
PokeAim runs anything, Micoy. What are you
I know,
talking
but
about?
normal wouldn't be up. I know, but normal wouldn't be up on his hit list.
Micoy, he just makes the videos to run basically anything. It's not a matter of
It's
what's
basically
actually
It's basically Tim.
good.
Okay.
On
Anyway,
the video.
yeah. So yeah, in the end, you got the mouse hold killing pretty much everything else that the Felines had. Chagwa Chaba got getting a win with the mouse and proceeded to mouse game Felines.
If I had a nickel for every time I saw some mouse gaming this week, I'd have 2 nickels, which isn't a lot, but it's weird that happened twice.
Thanks for the reference. I really appreciate it. All right, next up. All right, that was the first set done. N- Next up, we have
The damage and everything. So
Huh.
Interesting. Okay, so that was the first set down. The next set we're going to talk about now is the Primal Power. Oh no, it was the. Yeah, it was the Primal Power Pangoros
yeah.
absolutely mauling Phantom Scope with an 8-2 win. What?
Job team.
Damn.
Fragments?
They got like insane luck, I think.
Fragments?
Fragments complained about hacks a lot last week.
Yeah, there are certain matchups that we build out, I'm not gonna lie, but we take those.
Against the hacks. Fragments? What hack? You need to prep against hacks next time, okay?
Simply don't get hacks.
Yeah, don't get hacks. It's not that hard to do. First up, we got 3D versus Lax here. This is already an indication. This was actually the last game played in the week, and we couldn't get BLT off on a hacksy note. Well, this week at least. First off, we got Hydreigon being a pretty notable threat in the early goings of this game. Being Terra Steel and subbing just first of all really helped 3D in the first half, and then they got pretty decent damage against pretty much anything with flash cannon. Well, except for the Tinglu here, which needed three hit KO. Pretty three three hit KO is the most normal thing here. And then flinching the Toxapex early on, which was already a warning sign for poor Lax in this kind of situation. Um, this one was pretty much dominated in the early goings by the High Dragon. You see the Dragonite going down thanks to a couple of things. There was the hazards, which 3D played around pretty well, I would think. He actually had a game plan. Goldingo being knocked out by the Iron Valiant, that was pretty unfortunate. And then we come to in a bit more turns. Right here, turn 26. This speed tie pretty much cost Lax the game.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the Iron Valiant speed tie, in which 3D's Iron Valiant went first and killed Lax's Iron Valiant. Which sucked a lot for Lax, because then the rest of his mons would have basically just died to 3D's Iron Valiant.
Well, that's how basically Lax got hacks. Lax hacks. 3D picked up the win. Actually, despite that happening, he did prep well, which is good. Just I'm seeing good. I'm seeing good. There's seem aspects of good building from these first time players in BLT. So good on ya. Good on ya. Next up, we got her versus Mashing. I don't know what the hell Mashing was thinking of bringing a chestnut to OU.
Well, according to BKG, wait, no, maybe it wasn't BKG. It might have been BKG.
KG.
Basically, he said that it's one of the few mons that actually walls Great Tusk.
Yeah, I can kind of see that. Its ice skin it
Mm-hmm.
wouldn't really do that much to Chestnut, and basically everything kind of does too. Well, every Great Tusk would have a hard time killing Chestnut, so I could see that. But for attacking, well, actually, it would work better as a defensive against a Great Tusk instead of an offensive variant against Great Tusk.
Yeah, usually Great Tusk doesn't run Ice Spinner, so
Yeah,
yeah, Chestnut basically walls it.
good, good. I guess that would be a good thing. However, I don't think mashing played this chestnut well. Yeah, it had Woodhammer to basically have the Rotom sub getting blocked there. You have the Leech Seed, you have Synthesis. If you ran just Leech Seed, Synthesis, Body Press, and something else instead of Woodhammer, you would actually have a pretty good chestnut set to take down any Great Tusk. Maybe
Yeah.
Gigalith if you're ballsy. Anyway, the MVP of this game was clearly this Terra Water Hatchrin. Standing up to
Hatterene.
this Hattrine, it's a hat, okay? It's a hat witch that is waifued. Um, Terra Water,
You didn't need to say it.
Terra Water, and then standing up to Golden Go's Shadow Ball pretty damn well. Toxapex also not having Haze, I think works because I believe this is Assault as Toxapex, which is a thing apparently. Um, yeah, this Terra Water, Hatterene, basically standing up to Toxapex's acid sprays pretty well. Not having Haze again kind of hurts. And yeah, just dealing pretty good damage and not really having a dark resist with the stored power set. So again, good for her for building such a pretty creative set for Hatterene that really takes
Well,
down.
you see, Micoy. Oh, you banned most of the good dark types.
You only have like what Tinglu?
King Lu and Hydreigon, I think, are the
I
only
see.
ones I really
Wow,
see anymore.
OU is
Damn.
crippled with dark types. Okay. So yeah, good win by
That's
Herb.
probably why the Hatterene set is seeing a rise in usage.
So good win by Herb. Mashing, my predict ultimately fell through, but hey, a tech good L. Next up, we got Richard Millie Plain versus Inder. Oh, okay. This game had a pretty. This game actually was like all right until towards the end. Where okay, let's explain. Turn one, King Gambit broke through Grimmsnarl's Reflect with Iron Head, basically getting a crit Oko from it, which was really unfortunate. So turn one, yeah. Again, the King Gambit breaking through the Reflect against the Grimmsnarl with Iron Head, basically killing it, or just immediately put the pressure on Ender because he had no screens. I mean, he kind of needed screens because most of his mons are like what frail.
Yeah,
Setup.
They're
Pretty
all
much
yeah,
set
fair,
up.
they're
yeah.
set up. They're
Yeah, they're
set
all
up
set up
mons.
fodder, which is basically a thing.
Yeah.
Koraidon looked dangerous against the Great Tusk. The Swords Dance Flame Charge variant instead of the I think it was Agility variant. That other Koraidon set that we saw in week one a lot, the Ghost one.
Yeah, the Terra Ghost Agility.
Flame Charge with Terra Fire. I could see that being a good. I could see that being a good set. But again, setting up against the Great Tusk though, not really the best choice to set up on, honestly.
Yeah, maybe
That's true.
not, but like, can the Great Tusk kill you in return if it doesn't have a. Well, actually, a Terrifier, so yes, it
Yes,
can.
yes. If it didn't have Reflect Up, Great Tusk would have easily murdered this Koraidon. Um,
Yeah.
and then of course the Flutterman absolutely murdered it with Shadow Ball because it had photosynthesis speed, which outsped even at a +2 against Koraidon. Uh, Fluttermane absolutely got the special defense drops against Miraidon towards the end of the game. Actually got two of them, which was really funny. There goes Koraidon on Richard Millie's side. That was the game. That was the winner there because it broke through Annihilate, broke through Miraidon, and ultimately won.
Yeah, I got
I
to
hate
test this
to
team.
interrupt. I hate to interrupt, but one of my teammates is about to play.
Oh
Oh.
shoot! We're getting a live reaction.
So make your
Live
prediction
reaction?
right now for Chait versus who's Chait's opponent?
Chait
Chait versus
versus.
frick. Not
There's no
Hoedown.
crying.
Crying, yes.
Crying. Chait versus Cry. Oh my god, this is not gonna be
Oh.
good.
Crying all the way. From that reaction, crying.
What?
Link the game right now. All right, interruption.
I
We're
won't
having a
say.
game.
To try the team Richard got to play. Honestly, the stuff that is on there is actually insane. It wasn't created by Richard himself. It was actually created by one of our scouts, Velvet. So thank you for that team. That team is, yeah, that team is really insane. I must say.
Okay. That's pretty cool.
Game.
Anyway, we're having a game, folks. We're having a game. Load faster, load faster, load faster, load faster, load faster.
Say that.
Oh no.
Okay,
Oh
our
no.
first
Sub
game.
Dragapult. I
Our
don't.
first game live reaction, folks. What do we say?
So, I personally don't think this team of Chaits looks good into the Sub Dragapult, like, at all.
Oh,
So I don't think I like how this is looking.
you know, crying usually would run this kind of sets, which is really a unfortunate thing. There's a Will-O-Wisp miss, which is a thing.
Hey, wait, is that an Arboliva? Or an Arboliva?
It is an Arboliva.
I believe
Crying
it.
brought Arboliva to OU, folks.
I mean, it is a good mon. I feel it has a bit of a niche here.
Yeah.
It is a niche.
I've seen it on
Totally
certain teams.
Yeah, it's like some places.
It's
used
totally
occasionally.
fine.
I've seen it.
I've seen Arboliv in OU, not from me, not from like room tags and low ladder players, like actual people who actually use Arboliva quite well. Seed Silver actually really does help with the grassy terrain and all that, trying to heal up as well. Because Garganackle gets boosted by it, Toxapex gets boosted by it, even friggin' Great Tusk gets unkillable by it.
Oh yeah, I actually have Jake's team pulled up now. So let's see what he
Say
has.
anything. Don't say anything, because we might.
Hey, no one's watching. No one's hearing us. We can commentate freely.
Okay, fine. You can now. But you know what? Chase is taking a sweet time, sweet time. Um,
We can talk about games over his, yeah?
I guess he's not particularly watching us or anything, which is good. Oh, there's a burn. Why would he switch into Great Tusk? Like, why?
I have no idea. Maybe because sub still breaks. I mean, Nox still breaks the sub. But now he's gonna take a really bad hex. Or Crying will switch.
What are you saying, Keanu?
Never mind, it's fine. Ready.
He could switch into Corviknight right now. But it has Brave Bird. But he needs that Brave Bird against the Arboliva. Or the Great Tusk.
What is Jade's pack set? Let me look at this.
It's a Surf.
Oh, this is not good. This is not good into the sub
Meowscarada, okay. The switch into but this is gonna get burned! Jade, what are you doing? What is Jade's plan here, honestly?
I'm honestly not sure wait, let me check this Meowscarada oh. I see!
If this is Scarf Meowscarada, then this would absolutely kill Dragapult.
So, well, let's see what Crying does.
Crying's probably gonna try Willowing it because he's probably gonna expect he's probably gonna expect what? Knockoff against the Dragapult, but
wait, what?
What?
Oh!
What? What is what is your plan here, Che?
Huh?
Masquerada comes back in.
I'm so confused, honestly. But it's working?
What? How is it working? How the hell is it working?
What if I told you that's a Scarf Meowscarada?
I knew it. It would be a Scarf Meowscarada. No wonder it was switching against the Dragon Ball.
Very much could have just knocked off and killed Dragapult outright, I guess.
I know! Why didn't he?
And I guess he didn't want to risk I guess Crying felt it probably wasn't the Scarf variant, so he just figured he'd Willow it.
I think was he trying to play the long game, or is he trying to play mind games with Crying on this one? Because if it's not, it ain't working.
Also, I'm very worried about this Arboliva going Terra and killing this Corviknight. It just revealed Terra Blast.
It is going to Terra. 100% it's going to Terra. This is the Terramon. But what Terra?
So what switches into this?
What Terra?
Oh, I guess we're not... Okay.
Why would you
this Garganical is a major problem, I think.
You have a major malfunction, sir. Garganical absolutely walls. Toss effects and King Gambit.
Get Tuscanator time.
Is it Tuscanator time?
Yeah, but it's burned, so if this is like the curse set, then we're screwed. Oh, okay.
It's the Salt Cure.
Okay.
Which is what? Salt Cure.
Yeah, but we don't have a ghost type, so it's just gonna rapid spin. No, oh.
Dragapult.
We lost our helmet.
Oh, it's Stealth Rock. Wait, what? Okay. If you're not gonna carry Stealth Rock, we're probably gonna run it on your Great Tusk.
What do you mean, what?
Well, I was thinking about Chade not having a Rocks user or anything hazard-ish. Maybe Toxic
He already used Stealth Rock. What are you talking about?
He said he was not gonna be. He doesn't have a Rocks user other than Great Tusk.
Micoy, you only need one Rocks user. What are you talking about?
What do you mean? What do you mean you can run both? Anyway.
Oh, I really don't like how this looks.
I don't like how this game is going.
Why does Chade not scout?
I don't really like how this game is going. Like, Crying is clearly outplaying.
Kind of dominating, yeah.
Yeah, I don't like this at all.
I don't like how this
record
game is going. to be honest. This is a highlight
He
match
is
for you
0
people?
and
No.
2.
No.
Oh.
This ain't a highlight, people. On paper, it might, but
I asked Roxy if we can, like, put someone else in for Jade if he loses this week. I guess the OU pool is very stacked, but I don't feel like Jade's doing great in SV. Is it me?
He's doing
Also, body press Gorganical? What?
Yeah, I mean,
I don't think we can be blamed for
Gambit,
this. I mean, I guess, but oh, okay. I guess we have it too.
Speaking of body press, it's using it against.
No, bro, why did you body press again? Get more chip on it, at least.
We're gonna body press here.
One.
Recover.
No.
Yeah. I don't like how this game is going.
Isn't looking so good, Pokeart.
You think I don't know? Oh man, we just needlessly sacked. Or no, we didn't. Okay. Just kind of sent it in with the intention of oh no.
Oh boy.
Oh no.
Oh boy.
Oh no.
Oh boy.
Okay, but the Valiant still has potential. Oh, ouchie.
Well, actually, yeah, but.
Uh-oh.
Why would you switch it in? Why would you switch it in? Why would you hard switch at this point? You could have just removed the rock and then
like Shade's playing well, I guess, but like
what?
He's not really in the position to play like this. He's not in the position where this is a good. No. You why would you do masquerade?
You're not using the. Wow! Oh, rapid spin, great. Poke art. No. Oh, now you're switching to Masquerada. Oh, now you're gonna switch into Masquerada.
It's almost dead.
It's almost dead. I'm sorry. If I'm
I think it's dead now.
Man, I am fuming.
Oh no, okay. It's not dead yet. It's dead now.
It's dead now. It's dead now.
Why? Why?
Oh, I'm sorry if I'm getting heated at
this. This is not.
But I know you can do better.
This is so ugh.
I know Chait can do better, but man, this just sucks. Yeah, I mean, don't Psyshock. If I were you, don't Psyshock, because you could easily switch into Kim Gambit.
Yeah, he might switch here. He could switch, but
is it really Scarf? It's not Scarf. It's freaking like
the Valiant.
No, I was talking about the Calc Dex. It's showing that it's Scarf. Nah, it's not gonna be Scarf.
The Valiant?
Yeah,
it's Specs.
It's Specs. Okay. Oh well, speaking of Specs, it killed the Arboliva. Okay, so one down.
We just lose to Dragapult now. It's over.
It's completely over. Why would you hard switch the Meowscarada? That just seems wrong.
If Will-O-Wisp can miss, the Kingambit didn't miss.
No, it hit. It completely hit. It's over. Take the L.
Why would you into the Iron Valiant?
Called the GG. GG's, I guess.
Yes, this is completely GG's. You're not wrong, Keanu. Like, this is completely GG's.
Yeah, this is not even winnable.
This is not a good game. It may be a good game for Crying to play decently, but Jade, what the frick? Yeah. That's it. It's over. Start the week 01 bundle.
Sorry, Poker.
We sub Jade out now?
How much matches I've played in week 3?
2.
Not very many.
I think 2.
I'm
Anyway,
just
let's
not
go back
happy
to
with
let's go
this.
back to actually talking good games and not that kind of game.
Where are we at?
All right.
Oh yeah. Well, where were we?
Where
I feel
were
like we were talking
We
about.
We just finished.
just
the game
finished
with-
Richard's game.
Yeah. All right. Next up, going back to actually
So
good
we
games
are
now.
media.
Going back to actually good games now. Let's talk about Medaya versus Unzipped Kroger. Now, this one had Medaya went for the full stall, while Kroger actually went very hyper offensive-y. Blissey having an attacking set, pretty goated actually, a pretty goated build by Medaya. To be honest, Medaya's sets actually like surprised me. Like first of all, the Blissey. The Blissey having an attacking set, Calm Minding, and Shadow Balling to kill Armor Rouge at one point. But also, like, Play Rough again. The Play Rough again. Like, that thing just keeps popping up, and I don't know. I don't know if it's good. I don't know if it's bad. It's just there. Alright, Kroger really started to lose momentum around the point where he couldn't break Alamamola with Quackoval, even set up completely, Quackoval with a bulk up. It had Acrobatics and Psychic Seed, which is a good set on paper, but like against an Alamamola, against a stall team, not really the best, wouldn't it? Although I do wonder what that point is. It's probably Core Combat or anything like that. Then, towards the end, we got the Last Chance Saloon. We got Poltergeist coming in. Basically having Shell Smash and Terra Blast, Stored Power, Terra Fighting. Good set on paper against the Blissey, not really doing that much, and then Medaya just picked up a pretty safe, comfortable win by that point. Not really taking too much of yeah, this was a Medaya win. Again, Kroger not really playing to the best of his ability, but Medaya really brought it back after a terrible week 1 with Lumberjack. Next up, we got just Franco versus Dunox. This was the only game that didn't happen. We could have had a perfect streak, but it ended with Dunox missing the time and just Franco winning by a forfeit. Ah well.
Via act.
He got acted.
We
Next.
gave him an extra like 2 hours too.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Oh man. He waited for 2 hours and Dunox never showed up. Rip.
Pretty sure. I think what happened. Yeah, I think Fragments just gave it to us because they couldn't find a sub.
Ah. Well, they did auto lost at that point, so yeah. It also matters on differentials now because differentials now matter in BLT. Just saying. Next up, we got Axotix versus Inhelio. Pokeyard, this should lift your spirits up because Axotix actually brought Sun.
And got hexed and lost.
He did. What? He did. He did. But credit where credit is due. Axotix actually brought a pretty inventive Sun team, to be completely honest. First of all, the Micro Prankster having Sunny Day was pretty good. Lycanroc also having Sunny Day, very, very good. Sunny Day taunt, which was a very smart move as it led in briefly against Scovillain, who counteracted pretty much Toxic Croak's close combat killing spree by evolving it into Terra Ghost. And it did some quite decent damage. Substitute, going for the growth to boost up its attacks very, very nicely. Having Giga Drain instead of Solar Beam, you know what? I'll take it. It did pretty much like good damage here. But then we come to the Electros. Scovillain missing a Fire Blast.
Yeah, personally, me in that situation, I would have just Giga Drained.
Really? Even if it's Sulfus?
Yeah, because Giga Drain doesn't miss. And it did about 50 there. You can do about 50 again. Don't die.
Yeah, you can do pretty much a 50. It did get a pretty decent enough roll, but then it got paralyzed
By the discharge.
by a discharge. It did get to kill the freaking Electros, but still getting paralyzed. Rip.
Yeah, understandably, I think Fire Blast one shot.
It did. It very much did. Under Sun too. So yeah, and Helio pretty much had the matchup won by this point, even against the Chlorophyll. I don't know why Haxortix is a thing when clearly he was the one haxed in this game. So yeah, and Helio pretty much cleaned the rest of the game. Yes, Leafeon came in and tried to do a last minute clutch, but like it double-edged Scyther to death, and then the Dunsparce of all things ended up winning the game. So yeah, unfortunate hacks for Haxtertix and Helio picking up a comfortable win. It was an alright win, not really that decent, but hey, we got a win through the hacks. Next up, we got Wanny versus Desh. I'm just gonna
What?
I'm just gonna keep calling Wanny YSB versus Desh Papagian. I don't know. Alright. Anyway, this game had some pretty notable mons to start off. First of all, we got Swalot. Swalot being a pretty decent mon in PU.
Yeah. Bad stats, good moves.
Yeah, it has bad stats, pretty good moves, and Danny actually took this to its full advantage. First of all, getting an Earthquake on the Pyroar, which was pretty notable, and then doing the Ice Beam on the Garchomp. The Gabite.
Gabite.
The Garchomp and PU. Book it, Vince. Overall, this game, nothing really too much that happened. It was just two good friends battling it out in a comfortable game of PU. Basculin and Doug Trio being the revenge sweepers for Danny, very, very good. Overall, it was a good exhibition match for both players. Nothing really much to say. Both players did pretty well, and Danny ultimately picked up a win after Swalot did a lot of damage, and then Doug Trio and Basculin just comes in and revenge sweeps pretty much everything. That was pretty smart. Next up, we got Velvet against the Ace Hunter. Who was this originally supposed to be?
Who is this? Let me check.
Oh, it was drifting.
This is such a last second sub. Yeah.
Yeah, this was drifting. This was originally drifting.
Yeah, it was Ace Hunter versus Drifting, but Velvet subbed in.
Yeah, this was originally drifting.
Velvet subbed in for Drifting.
But Velvet subbed in for drifting against the Ace Hunter. Velvet actually having a pretty cool custom avatar, which is pretty cool. Even though it's designed after the worst Pokemon champions we've ever had. Pocket.
Ooh.
Yeah. Yeah.
True. True.
Alright, first off, Wingull being an early threat in this game, OHKOing the Crabrawler, and dodging a Diglett's Rock Blast in order to kill it with Hydro Pump. Like that. This game had a pretty notable set, which we're gonna find really funny here. You know, Ace Hunter. You know, the majority of this game had Ace Hunter basically massively outplaying Velvet, but there was a specific set that I'm like, what the frick? And it's this Shroodle. This Shroodle right here. We got Shell Smash Shelter coming in, and then Shroodle had Mirror Herb. I like it.
Yeah, what was that Mirror Herb for?
Again, it was probably for the shell smashing shoulders out there.
It still
If it was
lost the
for them?
shoulder, so I don't know about that.
But it copied the stat. It also was unburdened, I believe, and you know, it did its thing. It did its thing once, never did so, but still, I like it. I wish I got to see it more often.
Yeah, it's interesting. It's interesting at the very least, and I get the feeling it was specifically used into a scout for drifting.
But you know what? I like it. Even though it was killed by the shelter, I would love to see. I would like to see techs like that in the future. Like, come on, give me more Shell Smash. Give me more Mirror Herb Strudels in the world in LC. That would actually make LC playable. Anyway, next up, Keanu, I get to tag you back in because we're gonna talk about the doubles game, Raph versus Akaru Kokuyo.
Alright, this match, without saying too much about what I noticed about Akaru or Akuro,
Akaru.
Akaru? Okay.
Yeah.
Most of his team, I won't say too much because we faced them in playoffs, but anyways, I realized his team is weak to 4 certain mons in DOU. So we did bring, I won't say which one, but we did bring one of them. And overall, it was a really good game by Raph. We pretty much were able to strategize in a sense, like what we would do in this match, which was really good. He played it like to a T of what we planned, really, to keep something specific alive. Yeah, honestly, very solid match. Screens is we felt was very safe to play. Yeah, honestly, this team that we didn't expect this exact team. I mean, he basically made an iteration of one of his teams and brought Goldango with his Screamtail. He hasn't done that, so that it didn't really catch me off guard per se. But I mean, it was different, I guess. But yeah.
Well, I can't. I can't. I gotta feel bad for the boy Akaru here because his Iron Hands froze.
Yeah.
Too.
The froze, yeah.
The freeze, which really, Iron Hands really need to get out of it really fast. To try to kill Iron Bundle and try to even match up against his own against Raph's Iron Hands. But yeah, the freeze made it really unfortunate. Raph's Iron Hands becoming the MVP, very expertly played around against while Akaru had to do kind of a usual thing that I've noticed from Akaru is that he would like to keep a target. He would like to keep one mon basically in for the entire game while having to expertly play around it, targeting everything but the threat. Um, After he kind of cripples a threat, like say Iron Hands here, like burning it, he would play around to try to kill the team support basically. And yeah, it was pretty much a
Mm.
standard affair. Not really much a standard affair. It was basically Raph finding the time, finding the usage as well to try and neuter all of Akaru's teams, while Iron Hands did sufficient enough damage to absolutely take the win here, and also Terra Fire Sylveon just cleaned the end game.
Yeah.
It was a very effective win. A very effective win here by Raph. He's not as washed as you think, PokeArt.
I'm
I got
going
him the
to make
skill.
a I'm going to make a guess as to what Mon Keanu was talking about. Is it Sylveon?
How'd you know?
Yeah, absolutely
Yeah, but
brilliant.
I mean, there is three others, so I won't say others.
Okay,
Not really exposing anything.
but
But
Yeah,
yeah.
okay.
the Sylveon was clearly the outlier there. Very effective win here by Raph. And next up, we got the monotype game, Spitfire Arcanine versus Mihawk. PokeArt. This one was really funny.
Ah, right. This
Um,
one was a fun game.
This was a very fun and funny game. First of all, the early kill by the Slitherwing into the Goldengo, that was funny. You would think Mihawk would have the advantage if you saw this early game. Like, first of all, getting burned on the iron treads, which was unfortunate to say the least. Getting a stealth rock off, okay, but then Corviknight comes in. Corviknight comes in, sets up the bulk up. Fortress Volt switches, and Volcarona comes in. Well, actually, it tries to switch out. Getting the Brave Bird, getting rid of low kicks. And then, Volcarona does Flamethrower, which Mihawk should have probably done in the first place, as
And the
Hmm? Go on.
yeah, because Corby can't take that too well, obviously.
And then the reveal came. The Okaberry. Okaberry getting to kill the Volcarona very, very smoothly. Uh, Heracross ended up
Yep, the Oka Berry, allowing it to live the flamethrower, and allowing it to one-shot the Volcarona.
with a brave bird, with a pretty nasty brave bird. Um, and then towards the end, it's just the Scizor cleaning up the end game with Sword Stance, getting to kill the Heracross with, well, getting to, first of all, take a hit from the close combat, and then using Brick Break to kill the Mihawk Scizor, getting the Bullet Punch to kill the Heracross, and then basically leaving with the Fortress. Very good win by
I
Spitfire.
honestly think that I honestly think that Brick Break might be just in case faces Screen's Fairy, because Fairy is so dangerous that it can even beat Steel if it tries hard enough,
If
or if
you're
played right.
building something, yeah, Fairy could absolutely be Steel. And
Yeah, especially if it Screen's Fairy.
yeah, if you bring Klefki and you bring something like what? Sylveon, Terrifier. That's one of them.
Or a Azumarill, I think.
Azumarill too, yeah. Even
So
Goldengo.
yeah, Brick Break gets rid of Screens.
Mm. So yeah, good win by Spitfire again, proving why he is the wild card in all this. Why he is an absolute utter Chad in being a wild card. Next up, Clean versus Shot. Well, actually, that was the end of that particular set. Next up, sorry, again, sorry, Fragments. Your team got really unlucky this week. So, Hopefully you can bounce back. Hopefully. I don't know. Next up, we got another tie here as the Dressrosa Dracoviches tied the Anistar Articunos. Ooh, two hot and juicy, spicy teams getting to tie up in this pretty matchup in the series. First off, we have Clean versus Shiloh in OU, which was a pretty hazard-filled game to say the least.
Yep.
This one was definitely reliant on hazards, a lot of them, because also Tinkaton and Brambleghast were also part of OU. Like Shiloh, this is not same six. um, here's the thing. Here's the thing I noticed about this game. You had Gomorrah versus Iron Valiant. Okay, we had
Yeah.
Glamora using Earth Power. Why? Like Tinkaton was dead. There's no need for you to run Earth Power, and Shiloh using Spirit Break against the Glamora. Like
Maybe he figured it killed?
it took two. It took two hits to kill the Glamora, which I don't know. Was he predicting a freaking Iron Valiant switch or a Baxcalibur switch? Either way, not really the best. Not really the move, the very reliable
Also,
moves. Hmm?
um, I'm not really sure. Regardless, may- maybe he didn't have a move that would get rid of it. That aside, using the Spirit Break also did lower its special attack and allow it to live another hit.
Mm. Yeah, that one was a curious play by Shiloh.
It's possible Shiloh expected a Baxcalibur switch in because
Me too.
maybe Clean figures he isn't going to use Spirit Break this turn, so Bax gets in free and ice shards. So
Yeah,
it's possible he thought that.
or you could have just CC'd and killed both either way, like or knockoff to try to get rid of its heavy duty boots once Excalibur comes in. I don't know. It's just a very curious play.
Yeah, it did feel a bit odd.
Um, this one. Then we had Shiloh being like, like having another very curious play here. Staying in with the Bramblegast against the Golden Go after, it basically blocked the Rapid Spin. Why would he still try to go for a Leaf Storm against anything, really? Like, Iron Valiant, maybe? But why Leaf Storm? Why Leaf Storm? And then it basically got killed. So you don't have a Rapid Spin blocker anymore. You don't have basically a way to deal with hazards once Roaring Moon comes in. Like, what? Um,
Yeah, that was unfortunate.
Again, very very odd plays by Shiloh that ended up costing him as Clean ultimately picked up the win thanks to the banded no not the no even a banded Terra Normal D Knight isn't really enough because the king here got a low kickoff, got the win. Very cool.
Yeah, Shiloh Terra Normal, then King Gambit went and low kicked it, and since it was like the last Mon on Clean's team, it was a very strong low kick. If King Gambit didn't have low kick, I think the Dragon Knight won.
You think so, huh? What would have used ECC?
Yeah, cause then it takes like and I'm pretty sure Dragonite takes like at least 2 or 3 hits,
I guess after breaking multi-scale
maybe
as well.
3.
Breaking multi-scale first, and then
Yeah, like
taking a hit.
first multi scale when and then it wouldn't have done that wouldn't have done very much. Then it uses it again. Maybe it lives, and if it does live, then I'm pretty sure 3 extreme speeds kill the King Gambit. If it's not
Yeah,
lefties, was it lefties?
I think it
Oh, then
was.
maybe not.
No,
It
it
would have
wasn't.
been a bit closer.
It would have been a bit
Oh yeah, it
closer.
wasn't.
It would have been a bit closer, but yeah, in the end, though, the low kick really helped, and Shiloh lost. Clean picked up a pretty comfortable win there. Next up, we had
Yep.
Starreal versus Avarice. This one, you expected this game to go long though,
This
because
one.
this one like what 13 turns,
Yeah,
17.
17.
it was really short.
That was close. This game had some pretty whack sets. This one had pretty some whack sets. The
The
first
Terra.
the friggin' Brute Bonnet set. Friggin' Terrifier Growth and Terra Blast to kill the Golden Goal really early on. And you had the Great Tusk. You had a friggin' Great Tusk set that friggin' kills. Bulk up, close combat, rapid spin, protosynthesis under attack in sun, boosting the speed up with rapid spin. Like, come on, this is a freaking broken mon. Like, Forged Real here had to really play, like, really had to. His only out was like Dragonite, but even that wasn't enough, as you know, it kept breaking the multi-scale, and it kept rapid spinning, and it kept doing lots of damage. Not not a very good look there. Yeah, in the end, Staria lost. Bam, headlong rush, GG. Short game,
Yeah,
Mm.
short but eventful.
very eventful. I would take that over a boring stall game any day. Next up, we have Ainskrad versus the Aberforth. One of the few early games that happened.
I almost thought you would say avarice, but nope,
No,
Aberforth.
no, I got it right. Um, this one, King Gambit was a pretty major threat in the early goings, having Toxapex activate its Defiant and crit killing Great Tusk at one point.
Yeah, apparently it wasn't supposed to be defined, but
It
that
worked.
didn't work against him.
It worked. It worked pretty well. You know, chilling water. Yeah, this turn right here. Chilling water attack, getting the defiant boost off of, and then just absolutely slaying the Great Tusk, and sucker punching the Miraidon to deal massive ass damage. Skeledirge was also used pretty effectively here by Aberforth. Having Unaware just practically brush off anything Halucha can do, and just standing up to Iron Shred's Iron Head, even if it Terra Fairied, it was able to stand up to its attacks pretty well. Like, look at that. Look at that scary ass damage. Look at that. No, scary ass tanky bulk that Skeleturge had to offer, even and then burning it to a very effective way of taking out such a mon like Iron Shreds. And towards the end, getting the toxic on the to cripple Dragonite. Very dominant display by Aberforth in this game. Very worth the wait. Next up, we got Shiba versus Yavitu or Yavi. This one was one of the longest games in the series. Honestly, I fell asleep twice watching this game and taking notes. I really don't have any notes
Me too.
because it was just a very long game, and Shiba just kind of outclassed Yavitu in every way, shape, or form, just using the stall set to pretty much cripple a lot of what Yavitu was going for. Taking out Talonflame in the early going, so we didn't have any more recover or hazard removal to take care of. Using Cyclozar's Regenerator Assault Vest set and Overheat to take out Scizor and Tinkaton. Uh, that one, that one was a pretty cool set. And then yeah, that's just a massive decisive W.
Yep.
Next game, we saw MJ versus Crying. Can you say boomer? No, actually, no. Crying's relatively crying looks young compared to MJ. Okay, in terms of
Yeah.
but credit where
Like
credit is
what?
due.
Like crying? I don't think really is a boomer just yet.
She isn't a boomer, but she's getting close to boomer status. Um, this one was just a good exhibition match for both players. I really enjoyed watching this game. Like both players actually like performed very well. Played solidly a lot in a lot of points, especially the revenge killing by MJ was on point. Um, until it wasn't, of course, but Braviary tanking the hit, taking the close combat from Barrascuda in the end game really helped Crying pick up the win there. Overall, just a very solid game. Probably my best game of the week. Don't you agree?
Uh.
Best game of the week.
We're gonna have that.
Mm,
We're gonna have to discuss
maybe,
that.
maybe.
All right.
I mean, I just felt crying outplayed and stuff. I don't, I don't think it was like the best game.
I enjoyed watching this game. I think MJ played decently too. Anyway, next up. Oh boy, we gotta talk about this shit show, huh? Irene
Oh no.
Irene 2002 versus Hachimaki. My Jesus Christ. Where do I even start with this shit show? Like, come on. Both players performed really badly. Just saying that first and foremost,
Oh,
both players,
ouch.
both players were very just not playing to the best of their ability. They were just some crap plays between both of them.
How so for Irene exactly?
Irene, well, okay, Irene not so much, but Hachimaki was definitely the worst looking of the two. But Irene wasn't Irene wasn't looking too much great either. Like, yeah, she kind of played a rather passively.
Until the Terra Dragon Clawitzer.
That one was basically a win con by that point. Well, revealing it early was like, okay. That was like, it was questionable that she revealed it early. I wouldn't exactly reveal it early. I would just keep it
I
as a
mean,
surprise.
why not? There isn't a lot of threats to it,
Mm.
this forces Hachimaki to play extremely carefully because nothing switches into it now,
Well,
except
Hachimaki
maybe
didn't.
his Terra Fairy Oricorio.
Well, Hachimaki didn't play it around it carefully. What the hell was Hachimaki thinking? The quiver dance and then getting greedy by it by the taunt. Okay, like quiver dance, taunt, fairy, or choreo. That seems to be threatening, right? Why the frick? Was he getting greedy? Why did he want to go +4?
His only attacking move was Air Slash.
Why Air Slash too? You had a perfectly good Terra Blast waiting to happen. And then you just squandered it out of
Terra
priority.
Blast? Micoy, nobody runs Terra Blast on an Oricorio.
But in this case, it would probably be useful, okay? Medicham, Umbreon.
Micoy. There is a reason no one runs Terra Blast on Oricorio.
There's a reason.
Because Revelation Dance just changes to the type it tears into,
Oh yeah,
Micoy.
Revelation. Well, your Revelation Dance is also strong.
Has its custom Terra Blast.
Custom Terra Blast.
Yeah, silly
Revelation Dance. Like,
Micoy.
why wouldn't you freaking run Revelation Dance against a Medicham, an Umbreon, a freaking Dragon Terra, and Glowitzer? Like, come on.
Well, thing is, this is a set. I'm just not sure if Terra Fairy is the Terra for this set generally.
Well, it's a good Terra, and Hachimaki ended up wasting it. Electros ended up paralyzing it.
Yeah, like that was a good Terra into this because it basically halted the Dragon Pulse Terra Dragon Glowitzer, which would have torn up the team otherwise.
Exactly. And, taking 3 paralyzed turns, there's the hacks coming in, folks. 3 paralyzed turns to kill the Oricorio. Like, really?
And most agree that since he was getting greedy and continuously setting up, that the hacks was deserved. He had it was bound to happen.
Bound to happen. Why didn't he think of that? Why didn't he
Even
think
if
of
it
Air
was
Slash
Thunder
too?
Punch.
Like, okay, yes, it resists it, but you could have at least tried to attack the freaking thing with Air Slash, even though if it resists it, it's still gonna do a lot of damage, unless it's Assault Vest. It's not, it has Coil.
Oh yeah, you're right. Huh. They probably could have gotten to like 2.5 or I mean +3, and he probably could have just started attacking.
Yeah. And of course, the Clowitzer ended up, like, using the Dragon Pulse to really kick into high gear, and then, kick it into high gear, and then friggin' like Dragon Pulse the shit out of Hachimaki's team. Overall, it's just a bad game. By bad, it was just a bad game. Both players didn't look too good. Like both players didn't. Like both players weren't playing to the best of their abilities. It was just not a very good game in hindsight. Ah. I got really angry there, but I don't care. I had to freaking vent that out after seeing this game live, and oh boy, this made me mad.
Yeah, it was not a great game.
All right, next up, Dogza versus Los Shoto. Finally, something better. It's between two very good players that people have been hyping up, and I applaud. I applaud both of them. And it was also a pretty good game. Because Los Shoto bringing a friggin' kind of annoying Golduck set that is oddly creative enough.
Mm-hmm.
That is
a Terra Ground Calm Mind
Surf.
Sub
and Disable. Sub
Oh.
Calm Mind Surf.
Oh, Disable. I actually didn't see that one.
Now, I get why Disable, but why not Terra Blast?
Well, Surf hits the whole tier, I guess.
I just like reliability. Okay? Like the freaking Dash Bun, Terra Steel Dash Bun, like Raichu, even Marini. Yeah. But you know what?
Because Surf kills them all.
I mean, yeah, okay.
Not Marini immediately, but
Yeah, I can agree with that one. Like, like it was evident in this game. Like, Golduck Surf absolutely like kills pretty much everything. It was kind of an choice to Ghost Terra the Marini instead of another Terra, which would have really benefited against Losco's team. But in the end, Losco just had a good matchup against Doug's. It was a very good set. At otherwise, really wouldn't have it.
It was a cool, creative set.
And yeah, and in the end, Losco picked up a good W against Doug's, predicting also the burn against the Honchkrow at the end, forcing the forfeit. So yeah, good showing by Losco here.
Mm-hmm.
Next up is Loki Fan versus Gorex. Oh no. Oh no.
Interesting game.
Poor Gorex. Poor Gorex in this game. Okay. First off, this will at least the Hachimaki versus Irene game made me mad. This one just made me sad. Okay, so Loki fan, burning the Tinkatink against the Diglett. Like, I think Gorex made a bad lead here, a bad lead choice in the beginning. Tinkatink being upfront and personal. I guess he was trying to predict the Cabrawler, I guess, or the Poniard, maybe the Zoro Hisui. I don't know, but forcing the Tinkatink to be the early lead was kind of a bad choice, even though this ended up being Zorua, which yes, I can completely understand this being Zorua. It's just an overall not very good choice to start off the game with that led to the eventual burn.
Yeah, but it seems to me like Gorex didn't realize that it wasn't Diglett.
Yeah. Well, the arena trap. It's arena trap shenanigans. Maybe it could have been. Well, I don't know. I don't know. Does
Uh, No, the Zorua doesn't have trapping, so to see he could have tried switching in the Toad School.
yeah, maybe. Also, yeah, the reveal here of the air balloon Diglett once again making a return. Overall, Gorix just became unlucky, getting critted and losing his Toad School, having to contend with Strudel, whose knockoffs did surprisingly pretty good damage, even critting the Terra Ghost Marini and Grievard towards the end. So yeah, Loki fan just had a pretty good matchup in all due respect, and ultimately picked up a win, a very upsetting win.
I guess so.
Alright, let's talk about Zern versus Tayo.
Alright. Let's see. Let me pull it up real quick. Yeah, this match, honestly, pretty good showing from Tayo. There was one set that I got really confused by Xern.
Which one?
Let's see if I can find it here. It was the Psychic Terra Chiyu. Usually people will run. Also, if he did run the normal set on that, he actually would have survived. Just the Goldingo did just destroy it. Usually people will run Chopo Berry, so it'll live. It would have actually lived like in Iron Hands and a Goldingo. So yeah, that kind of. I don't know why.
Yeah, Terra's Psychic is a weird choice.
Yeah.
Like, I've seen them run Terra Ghost, Terra Fire.
Yeah. I usually run. I mean, the most common ones are grass, ground, and ghost. Psychic really caught me off guard in this match. Really, I don't really see the point of Psychic really on this team specifically too.
Also,
I mean, it
running
does
psychic.
live the
Also,
Iron
running
Hands,
psychic in general, just kind of like
but
it's a little like
yeah,
too uncommon.
yeah, I don't know. That set kind of. I mean, that set kind of actually salted the match, in my opinion. Watching this,
Ooh.
but yeah,
But yeah,
and just kind of.
yeah. For the most part, this was a mostly dominated Tayo game. Tayo really showed that
Yeah.
he can really pull off really gutsy wins and can absolutely build well. I actually like the look of Tayo's team here. The
Yeah,
Orangoro
he's
and the Iron Hand
VGC.
combo like really could be a beneficial Trick Room team, as well as a Golden Go and Minglu with weakness policy of all things.
Yeah, Tile really has some interesting teams. There's one where he made an anti-hands for the meta when Iron Hands was getting suspected, which is a really good team. That's how he got into DLT ladder.
Oh.
Yeah, that team literally carried him, the DLT ladder. Pretty insane, honestly. Pretty insane team.
Ooh.
Anti-hands worked on like 90% of the teams.
Because they bring Iron Hands,
Yeah.
of course.
Yep. Who would have known?
Who would have known that an Iron Hand suspect would bring Iron Hands? Anyway,
Yeah.
Tayo basically
Good in
has
VGC, good in DLU.
yeah, a lot of good matchups here. A lot of great plays from Tayo here.
Yeah.
Very good display here. Zern played all right, but I think Tayo deserved that W after King sub. Who was originally gonna play Zern here?
Faye.
Faye?
That's
Oh,
Yeah.
I wish I saw that.
That's a good
That'd have
double
been a
score,
good match.
Friggin' Faye and Tayo. Woo! Double score
Yeah.
They beat and Faye beat SMB, so yeah, hear that double score.
Yeah.
Final matchup for this series, we got JoJo Numbers versus Royal Reloaded. Ice versus Flying.
Yeah, this is a
Go ahead.
rare case in which I'm seeing ice.
Ice is
Saw it a couple times.
Ice is weird. Sometimes it can go. Sometimes people run like the tried and true.
I haven't seen
Go ahead.
I haven't seen an ice without cloister before though, to be honest. I usually see it as the sweeper on most ice monotype teams that I see.
Me too. Like
But yeah.
Cloister usually is the Cloister usually is the tried and true sweeper. So it's interesting to see Frostmoth be a notable sweeper here. There were some crucial status moves that were had in this game. For example, the Kilowatt Roll paralyzing the Excalibur really early on, and it not carrying anything. Lumberry, nah. The Bombardier, also getting Will-O-Wisp, or I that was a pretty interesting that was an interesting turn of events. Corviknight getting frozen and critted at one turn is like very unfortunate for Royal Reloaded, but the matchup, I think, well, after the Corviknight was frozen and critted, the matchup was kind of decided by that point. It died. There is a hope spot. There is a hope spot with Flamigo, but like Avalug walls it. So yeah, in the end, JoJo Numbers just had.
I wouldn't say it walled it. I maybe just like out tanked it.
Very good tank. Very good tank. All right. Final game of the series. Final series we're gonna talk about now is the Iron Bundles versus the Resort City Ruffles, which the Iron Bundles won. What a fancy that!
Yeah.
Good job, PokeArt. You actually
Hey.
won. You actually won a series.
Hey.
I'm joking about it because like everyone picks you as like the worst team.
We
Really?
may not be as good as I thought we are, but we're definitely not the worst.
I don't want to say who, but I'm not thinking of the worst.
No, absolutely not.
Yeah.
There's star players in this team. Like that is not like bottom tier material. I don't know. I don't know what people were thinking in the power rankings. Anyway, first of all, first matchup, Sylveon used Calm Mind versus Chaitanya. Chait pulling up the hyper offensive style yet again for this week. Well, this week and last week. Well, the last week especially. This one ended with a tandem mouse clubbing. Like Sylveon used Calm Mind, absolutely dismantled Jake's team with the frickin' mouse.
Ten mouse, you said?
Mouse
Yeah,
hold.
mouse.
Sorry, mouse hold. I just like the name Tandem Mouse a lot, but it's just mouse hold. Yeah, the frickin' mouse. The mouse absolutely destroyed Chaitanya's team. Population bomb pretty much dealt everything damage wise, even in a paralyzed Excalibur.
It
Nothing
bombed the
really.
entire population that was Cheat's team.
And I won't make that joke. I won't make that joke.
Oh.
Whatever.
What joke were you planning to make?
Shush, we're not gonna talk about it. Moving on. And a mouse hold one. Mouse hold one for Sylveon News Combine. That's all that matters.
Yeah, that was the second game that Mousehold won that week.
Are we gonna push mouse hold to OU now? These 2 games of mouse hold destroying an OU. Mouse hold is OU. Anyway, the other OU game, the last OU game we're gonna talk about is Pokemon Korea versus Kebab. Now, PokeArt. You want to talk about this game?
Well, Kebab is just better.
That's all we needed to hear. Good night, folks. Okay, no. This one, okay. The rapid spin, predicting the rapid spin by going for the kill on Dragapult on a turn. That one was nice. That was a nice turn. It was right around here. Yeah, they're going for the moon blast. Was it the moon blast? Probably it was the It was something. It was something that killed the Dragapult. But the real star of the show here was the Golden Go, Terra Flying Golden Go, who was able to set up a nasty plot at a pretty good enough point to absolutely slay the rest of Korea's team. Even taking a freaking knockoff from
Yep, it went all the way up to +6.
It even did 85%.
And
It even did 85% against a Blissey.
oh, didn't it do more against the Blissey than that?
Well, that's what I saw in the game.
Let's see. Oh yeah, I guess it was 85. Okay, also, Korea said low roll when the Golden Go lost 29% from Seismic Toss.
Which I'm like, low roll? What?
Korea.
Which I'm like, low roll?
Korea. There is no such thing as a roll. in seismic toss.
Also,
What are you talking about?
yeah, low roll, seismic toss. Yeah, as Kebab says, I'm bulky. Yeah, a bulky freaking Goldango. Bulky
Yes, clearly
Goldango.
an HP invested goal to not take very much from a seismic toss.
That's really funny. Yeah. Ultimately, Kebab just outplayed Pokemon Korea. Nothing much else to say there. Let's move on. Taka versus Layson.
Yeah,
Taka versus Layson. Poker, you must be really happy that Layson's on your team because oh my god, Layson's been absolutely killing it in freaking Ubers.
yes, I am. In fact, I feel he may even kill it this week.
Well, we'll see
Despite
about
his
that.
even more difficult opponent than before.
We'll see about that. Yeah, I know. I saw the matchups, but yeah, this one's gonna be absolutely mental to watch. This one, Toxapex using Haze against Koraidon while removing the good. Good. Yes, removing the Flame Charge boost. Also, nerf the Draco Meteor nerf. Using Haze here on turn 8 really was a double-edged sword for Attack. Like he could have kept it, he could have lost it, but oh well, who knows. Miraidon getting off in agility, then killing Great Tusk with the Terra Blast, one Lace in the game. That was pretty much it. Layson ultimately dominated Attack afterwards, and yeah, Layson is just that good, people.
That's what he do.
Layson is just that good.
That's just what he do.
You do good. Next up, Udon Girl versus TMM. A very questionable game here. This one.
Hmm? Questionable? How so?
Well, there was one.
I think TMM's prep was immaculate.
No, I'm not talking about TMM. TMM had a pretty good team going into this. I'm more talking about what Udon Girl did in this game. Going for
Mhm.
Salamence, going for a Draco Meteor against the Tyranitar in Sand. Not really a good play in hindsight.
No, they probably figure it's probably a banded Tyranitar. They're not the bulkiest. And for all I know, Udon Girl could be using a Spec Salamence. Although I don't think that was it.
I don't think that was Specs either.
Specs. No.
They like to use Spec Salamence.
I don't know if you know Keanu, but Udon Girl does tend to bring choice lock mons in you.
Weird teams.
Did that plenty in SS, does that a bit in SV as well.
The more things change, the more they stay the same. Overall, though, TMM did play a pretty strong game, a much stronger game here than Udon Girl, using Encore to trap the Terra Poison Quagsire, using the Salamence to claim kills. That's pretty much the gist of it, and yeah, TMM just absolutely TMM just absolutely outplayed Udon Girl.
Yep, this was part of our simultaneous double win, and this was great.
Oh yeah, we all caught this game live and the other game live, but we'll talk about that one in a bit. But first off, Boomer City, us versus Ars9.
Oh, I saw this one. Live. I think this is one of the few I got to see live.
Oh, good.
Good. We know both these players. We've teamed with both players for a couple of these BLTs. And yeah,
Me especially with Arsenine.
You especially with Ars9. I did with Plus and Ars9 in a couple of BLTs where I was managing. So this was a pretty solidly game. This was probably a solidly game played by Ars9, but Plus wasn't too hard. Uh, to Plus wasn't like too hard going into this, but he did make a couple of plays that were very interesting. First of all, the floor just with with Terra Ground. That one was pretty cool, until it got encored by Grafii. Two hard switches into Barrascuda left plus crippled the sweeper. Like he shouldn't have hard switched into Barrascuda that often, which kind of cost him.
See, when Arsenine hard switches into Barrascuda, it works. But when Blast hard switches into Barrascuda, it doesn't work.
Yeah, it left basically Plas crippled of a sweeper, while Arstein's Barrascuda just shredded the competition, making it the MVP of this game, and a very, very good win at that. So good win for Arsenine in the end. Do not waste the Arsenine.
Yep.
They will shred you. You were saying about a double live thing, PokeArt. This was the other game next. Skimmy versus Saba.
Yep. TMM and Saba played at the same time. And also their games concluded at the same time.
Actually, no. Saba concluded way earlier than Skimmy's. I know, because I watched this game first.
Huh? Did you just say Saba's concluded earlier than Skimmy's?
Oh. Saba's concluded earlier than TMM's.
No, not really. They basically concluded around the same time.
That's what I noticed. Maybe because I watched this game first. Like, I watched Saba versus Skimmy first, but yeah. I was paying more attention to this than the other.
Micoy, you weren't watching them.
I
weren't really watching them live. It sounds like.
I was paying attention to this game more live than TMM versus Udon Girl, because I know that game was gonna be long. This wasn't.
TMM versus Udon Girl wasn't a very long game, actually.
Well, they played slow.
Saba's and TMM's games basically concluded at the same time.
They played slow.
One of them could have been behind for me, but they literally ended at the same time for me.
For me, it was Saba's game that ended first. Anyway, moving on. The threat here for Saba is this Tauros, which was really, really, like, the set here was very threatening. Terra Steel, Bulk Up, Trailblaze, Iron Head. It flinched Hatrem twice. But Sandaconda, living in 1%, claiming the kill on the Tauros.
Yeah, that was.
I don't know why.
Ooh.
I don't know why they didn't went for Ironhead. Like, I don't know why. I think Ironhead would have been a good player. But I guess Close Combat did more. No, actually, no. It would lose.
Yeah, maybe.
Actually, no. It would lose stab. What am I talking about?
It doesn't lose stab.
What?
What are you talking about? It doesn't lose stab.
With Close Combat?
Yeah, it doesn't lose stab. What are you talking about?
Okay. But anyway, yes.
You don't know how Terra works, Micoy?
No. Clearly, I haven't.
You don't lose your stab.
Yeah. Okay.
You don't lose stab for your stab moves.
Okay.
You just gain a new stab. That's all.
Wow. It's basically...
Yeah.
It's basically Kamamons. Yeah, Saba ended up,
Oh,
after the Tauros died, Saba picked up the win, keeping his 4 mons in check, while Skimmy ultimately lost. That's pretty much it.
Yeah, I think the MVP was the Dunsparce.
The Dunsparce was clearly MVP. Really
tearing everything and killing like several mons.
Which was very smart, which was a very smartly played there. Next up, Tanabrasite versus Ryuji. Okay. Ryuji bringing such an oddball team. What is this team exactly, PokeArt?
It's a bit unusual, but it worked. It worked for Ryuji, and I think it works. Glaceon's an uncommon mon here, I know.
Glaceon's the uncommon mon. What are you talking about? I'm thinking about the freaking Carkle and Grumpig. I thought that were ZU mons.
I'm pretty sure Carkle's more common
Carkle's pretty
than
common.
Glaceon.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Grumpig and Glaceon are not common.
Because that's ZU, I know. ZU mons. Anyway, this freaking Glaceon. Speaking of this Glaceon, it had Terra Ground, and I was like, Terra Ground. Why didn't he use it earlier against Raichu? That was just a thing there. But yeah, it shut down the Nuzzle from the Hattrem, which was the smart play by Ryuji, really having that freeze dry. Right. The thing about this game here is that both players really had to play hard around the hazards, especially Ryuji. It's really tough to bring in a mon safely when it's just hazard from either side, and it was just a tough. It was just a
Yeah.
tough game for both. So you were, and then towards the end game,
It was a close game.
Okay, PokeArt, you explain why Tenebrasite barely won after Ryuji did a hard choke.
I wouldn't say it's a hard choke, but it was a choke.
Okay.
So basically what happened is both let's rewind to a point in which Ryuji had 3 mons left and Tenebrasite had 2. Tenebrasite brought in the Raichu to deal with the now low health Mischievous. So with Ryuji's mons, he had the Mischievous, the Sawsbuck, full health, and the Berserker. While Tenebrasite had the Raichu and the Terraghost Vespiquen left. So I thought the natural play was to, sack the Berserker and bring out the Sawsbuck and win. Because the Sawsbuck, not that Tenebrasite knew apparently, but the Sawsbuck was scarfed. And what I thought the ideal play would just be, Horn Leech, kill the Raichu, keep Horn Leeching the damn Vespiquen, and even if you get out toxic stalled, you just bring in the Mischievous later and win, right? Also, you're basically forcing the Vespiquen to just roost over and over.
Right.
And plus, maybe you can catch it on a roost, bring in Mischievous, kill it then. I'm not really sure how much Shadow Ball did, but I'm guessing it did plenty.
Did plenty. It would have certainly hit hard against the Vespiquen.
If a stab Terror Blast neutral ground move did about 42 from Glaceon. What's a Mischievous' base SPA? Oh, it's only 85?
Yeah.
Oh, Yeah, and Sylveon actually has really high SPA. Yeah, forget what I was saying.
Has like 130 or something like that.
Yeah, it's pretty high. So I don't actually know how much the Shadow Ball did, but I feel like simply Horn Leeching was always the right play. Although I understand what Ryuji tried to do. It was not bad, although it just backfires tremendously if he calls it wrong, and that's what happened. Basically, he brings out the Sawsbuck, yeah? figures there's now the threat of the Raichu just outright dying, and you kind of need the Raichu alive to win.
For Tenebrasite, yes.
So Ryuji figures Tenebrasite will hard switch in the Vespiquen, to which Ryuji will switch in the Mischievous and catch it, and hopefully just kill it outright.
Right.
But that's not what happened, because after switching in the Saucebuck, then switching out, predicting a switch to Vespiquen, there was no switch to Vespiquen, and instead he kept the Raichu out and sent the Mischievous back into it, and the Raichu Volt switched and killed the Mischievous. Which basically, that leaves only the Scarf Saucebuck left with, the Vespiquen. The Terror Ghost Vespiquen and Raichu. I guess it's possible with like some crits, but other than that, I don't think so. I don't think that would work.
Spikes and the Stealth Rock against the low health Mischievous. That one was really hard to play around as well.
Yeah, the Mischievous could only come back in like one more time, I think.
And Ryuji just didn't foresee at what critical point would you exactly bring this Mischievous in. And yeah, that ultimately cost Ryuji the game, and Tenebrasite win.
Yeah, basically he predicted wrong and sent the Mischievous in to die. That's what happened.
Unfortunate, but it was still like a pretty good matchup in hindsight. Like both players really brought it. I liked it.
Yeah, it was a close game in which I thought Ryuji was winning for most of it.
Well, I thought Tenebrasite was like catching up with Ryuji a lot. But yeah.
That's basically what I said, but yeah.
Next up, we got Hacker versus Skelly. Yikes, Pokeart. We talked a lot last week about how we should underestimate Skelly, right? This game wasn't really evident.
Yeah. Yeah, I know.
Of that, like Wingull being Terra'd early when he should have really saved it for Voltorb. That was kind of what.
Yeah, he acknowledges that he really screwed up with his Terra.
Like Wingull, like the Wingull, it should have been used for the Terra. Really should have been used for Voltorb, as Terra Ice would absolutely break Toadscool, Diglett, and even his own Wingull. Not gonna lie. Allowing also Drifloon to get parried was also kind of like a misfortunate play, as Skelly really should have had the Drifloon speed to really try to cripple Hacker's team quite often, but unfortunately that wasn't supposed to be the case.
I don't think that was the biggest issue. Could have affected something, but again, I don't think that was the biggest issue.
But that's about it. That's about it. Hacker just proceeded to capitalize on Skelly's minor mistakes. Ended up being really crucial towards the end, and yeah, ultimately Hacker picked up a very, very dominant win over Skelly. Even though the game looked like it was very close, it was pretty clear that Hacker won.
Okay, does Skelly play DOU? Because I've been seeing him a lot in DOU ladder.
Oh, yeah, he does play some DOU. Think he signed up for DOU and LC?
Yes.
Or maybe all?
I think primarily LC and DOU.
Yeah, those are his primary tiers. Maybe we should have started him in DOU this week. I don't know.
Just a little, just maybe. I don't know.
Aside, Um. All right. Keanu, tag me back in because we gotta talk about this unfortunate game.
All right, Mr.
Aragon
Aragon,
versus
man.
Chosen One.
I yeah. Um. So Aragon is known for this. He's always bringing weird teams, DUU doubles on UU teams into DOU for some reason. Honestly, on the ladder, I faced him a lot. We've become friends, honestly, at this point. Um, yeah, he always brings weird teams. Another example, like obviously here, Spiritu, Houndstone, Fluffy, really get into this matchup, honestly.
Hell yeah.
Another weird team that he gave, I faced a couple times on ladder that he had was Mudsdale, Inner Focus with Grimmsnarl, Prankster, Swagger,
What?
which
Wow.
yeah, that caught me off guard for a little bit. I almost threw that game. I won't lie.
Crazy,
Yeah,
crazy builds.
he has a lot of crazy techs. Yeah, very interesting when we face him. Won't lie. So I can't wait for that week. But anyways, we go specifically into this match. Yeah, just really caught him off Santiago off guard here. On like, I mean, obviously you can't expect what he's gonna bring if to be real with you. But yeah, most of the match he got outplayed, or not really outplayed, but really caught off guard here.
True.
Let me see if he could have done anything specific. I mean,
Yeah.
just the spirit team really just caught him off guard. I feel.
Mm.
Yeah, there's not much to. Let's see.
We went into this thinking Chomp or Garchomp would be good into most of Aragon's teams.
Mm-mm. Yeah, most of his DOU teams.
Yeah.
But when he brings out tech like this, yeah, it's just there's
Yeah,
nothing you could do.
Spiritomb definitely was the MVP of this particular game. Like the
Yeah.
weirdness early with the Dragonite. I think here this one is a very much attacking Dragonite because can see Dragon Claw, I see Iron Head. Like it's okay, but why would you? What? I
What's
question
the
the
stat on this? Was it AV?
Hmm?
Guessing the Dragonite was it
Which?
AV?
What one?
Dragonite.
I can check. One moment.
I'm guessing it was AV for this team if he's running guard chomp and Dragonite.
Yeah.
I need to scroll up a bit for this.
The thing about Dragonite set was very like interesting. It had also Iron Head.
It is AV.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Dragon Claw, Iron Head. Yeah. Okay. Most of this game, I noticed, is that Aragon barely survived kills. Like that was the theme of this game. That was the theme.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, they're DU mons for a reason, but yeah.
The Dragonite, the
There's a
Dragon,
lot of tech you could bring in.
yeah, the Dragonite barely not killing the Spiritomb to just set up the Trick Room was very unfortunate. I thought the
Yeah,
Spiritomb
that
would have handled it. Would have the game would have been much more handled for Cheese if he had the Spiritomb not knocked out and just had Trick Room in. Just have Trick Room not be a non-factor, while the Hatchrin just basically sits there and just gets crippled by the fast Mons. And then the Hatchrin, of course, manages to survive a hit from the Rotom, which was a thing because
You keep saying Hatrim.
Hatterene. Uh, yeah, the Hat, barely surviving against the Rotom to kill both the Dragonite and the Rotom. And then Houndstone later on managing to survive a Shadow Ball. Well, Shadow Ball? No, a Dazzling Gleam. Dazzling Gleam against a Golden Go.
yeah.
So yeah, most of this game, Aragon basically survived a lot of hits and cheese in one. Despite again being a close game, this was pretty much a Aragon win.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
I don't
Houndstone
know if
Fluffy, man.
those.
Power
Hmm?
Fluffy.
Houndstone
Yeah,
Fluffy is just really OP. Yeah.
Power
I
Fluffy.
don't know if all these things that barely survived survived on rolls or not.
I could
Did
check
they?
that for you.
Me too. I really question the fact that how was Aragon lucky or was it just Fluffy being OP?
I mean, no fire
Well, it
types,
wasn't
just.
Well, not against fire types.
I'm surprised.
wasn't just.
Yeah.
But yeah, overall, it was just Fluffy being Fluffy. Very very good. Very good display by Aragon though, using the
We're not just talking about the Houndstone here, Micoy.
huh? The Houndstone?
No, I just said we're not just talking about the
Oh
Houndstone.
no no
So,
no.
so,
Oh
so why
no
you
no no
keep
no.
talking about Fluffy?
No, not just the Houndstone. Like just anyone with Fluffy, honestly.
Honestly, yeah. Turn 8 pretty much just lost the match. If he had
Yeah.
got the kill on Houndstone, he would have won. It's kind of
Yeah.
unfortunate.
Yeah.
But it
He killed
was
the situation.
pretty close, honestly.
But Aragon still picked up
Pretty good
the
match.
sweet W there.
I'm
Last
honestly
She's
surprised he
felt
didn't
so bad about it
focus on killing
that they.
Houndstone.
yeah.
I'm surprised he didn't focus on killing Houndstone more, even though he wanted to kill
Yeah.
the hands. But yeah,
But shadowballing the
because he could
Houndstone was
have
probably
protected.
better.
Or wait, did he? No, he
She's
didn't.
felt bad about this loss and wanted to be subbed out this week.
Damn,
That's why he's not playing this week.
I can
Skelly.
understand that. Yeah. We'll see. We'll see. All right. Final.
Let's see. Anyways,
Final game that we can talk about now is
basic.
Fairy versus Lithium Poison. Fairy versus Poison. My God.
Yep.
Fairy wins.
Classic
GG.
mono.
Fairy wins. GG. No. Talking about this game though. There were a couple moments that were really funny. There's one. There's really one. There's really one moment that is like really funny.
And that is?
Lithium Z calling the crit with the Claude Sire against the Hatch. No, against the no, against the Flutter Main critting the Claude Sire with Shadow Ball at turn 9.
Damn.
He says, I'm critting
Yeah.
here. I'm critting here, just saying. Actually gets a crit. Lol.
Let me find that turn. What turn was it?
Turn 9.
Ah. I'm critting here, just saying. A critical hit!
Lol. And he was the one who was like, bruh. God let my hand go.
What can I say? He did say he was critting there.
But it didn't even kill though, so
What are we to think he was lying?
but it didn't even kill though, so it doesn't count. Ha.
Yeah. Maybe that's why he did the
Did. Anyway, the rest of this game though was a pretty dominant win by Azek. Like Iron Moth just basically became the MVP, sub killing Klefki, critting through screens, Iron Valiant, uh using the Amoongus to tank that +6 Azumarill with Belly Drum, and then cleaning the end game with Iron Moth basically.
Oh yeah, we gotta talk. Did we mention the critting of the Iron Valiant?
Yes, I did mention that. It crit through
Where's
screens.
that?
It killed it through screens.
Crit killed, yeah. I I don't know. Close
The
combat.
flamethrower.
I question though the close combat play. I think poison close combat just doesn't work. Not in this case though, because Iron Moth is practically frail. But still. Anyway, predictions championship after week 2. Third place went to Sificon, I think, with 21 votes. You counted this, right?
21 correct predicts. Yeah, I counted this.
And then I got second place with 25 points, so I remain the number 1 contender to the winner. And still reigning, defending, undisputed predictions heavyweight champion of the world, PokeR 2004 with 29 predicts.
What do you mean heavyweight? I'm light as hell. I'm too light, actually.
I mean, come on. With wrestling in my brain, I can't help but say. Anyway, yes, you get to retain your championship belt, PokeR. I'm coming for that title. Just you wait.
29 correct predicts.
I'm coming for that belt. Okay, Art.
Is there a prize for calling them all out or something?
Again,
Or is it just for fun?
It's pretty much just for fun.
again,
Micoy's gonna force me to make a prize, I think.
yes, you have a championship belt. You have a championship belt to keep. Okay.
It's gonna make me draw the championship belt. I just know it.
Yes, you are. You are going to draw that championship belt. Anyway,
I'm glad I got some of these right that neither of you two got, because I'm like, what are they talking about?
hey,
y'all predicted Kroger over Medea. I predicted Medea, and I'm like, y'all are gonna get this wrong, just saying.
Hey, I got some predicts right that you both got wrong, so I got it twice.
And y'all both predicted in favor of Udon Girl beating TMM, but y'all underestimated TMM's immaculate prep.
I didn't. We talked about this. We're gonna talk about more predictions. We're gonna talk about more predictions.
Yeah, but before we do that, can I go eat dinner?
Wait, what? Okay.
I haven't eaten. It's almost 10 p.m.
Okay, let's take a break for now. And we are back. This time we're predicting week 3. First up, we got the Flame Slinger Skillet versus the Primal Power Pangoros. Oh boy, we got heat. Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you, I'm excited for this week. First up, in SVOU, Michael the Best versus Ciro Napoli. What do you guys got?
Michael their best.
No. God damn it. I have to go Ciro. I mean, it's my team, and I've seen the prep. Looking pretty good. I won't say too much into that, but yeah.
Yeah, you're the guys who kicked her ass in week 1. That's right. I respectfully hope you lose.
Blame Jordy and Tina. For me, I'm gonna go. Despite Michael being 0-2 right now, and Ciro Napoli being 1-0, I think.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with Michael on here. Despite Ciro Napoli is good. I think Michael their best should have a chance here. He has been playing some really hard opponents for the past 2 weeks, and I think Ciro is a little bit easier. Not saying he's bad. Not saying Ciro Napoli is bad.
Compared to Lax and Star Master, yeah, I think Ciro Napoli might be just a bit just a bit easier there.
He's more manageable than Lax and Star Master. So Michael, I think, should finally be able to pick up a win, even though the Skeletors have been doing all right. I think Pangoros are gonna have pretty. I think Pangoros, if Sir Napoli is going to win, he's gonna have to fight hard against Michael. All right, next up, my Java versus Herb in SVOU. What do you guys think?
Okay. I'm not trying to. My Java has a certain thing that we have to really prep for it. We will lose this. And we've been talking about it.
About Garganical?
Yeah. Who knew? Yeah. Java brings. I mean, I forgot which tour it was, but it was a BO3s, and he just swept most of his opponents 2-0. Yeah, we're talking about it. A lot of prep going into that match. Hopefully Curve can pull it out, honestly. But if I'm being honest, we might lose to that set, so I might have to truthfully go with the my Java. And that's my team, but yeah.
Alright.
Sorry, Herb.
Ooh, this is tough. I feel like this will be close.
Yeah, it's a good matchup.
What do you think, Micoy?
Oh, this is tough. I think my Java is good. I also think Curve really proved himself last week by beating Mashing pretty decisively. Yeah, I think this is a Herb win, honestly. Like, my Java could bring the biggest tech in the world, and I think, I think Herb will still give it a good go. I'm gonna go with Herb on this one.
That's fair. I don't really want to predict against my Java. My mind says Herb. My gut is leaning my Java, so I'm not really sure.
Who do you trust more? This is for your championship, too.
Maybe I'll go with my Java.
Okay. SV Ubers! Oh my god! Do I smell a highlight? Do I smell a highlight match? Fogbound Lake versus Richard Millie Plain.
Alright, Mr. Gothito himself.
Yep.
And
How do you feel? Are you confident in Richard Keanu?
Let me think. Honestly, with the teams we have prepared with an OU tier right now, I'd say so. Yeah, pretty confident. Hopefully, you don't throw with the Gothito, but yeah. But we'll see if Fogbound throws something new.
Alright, you're going with Richard. Toby, what do you think?
I don't really know who's better.
Yeah.
Ooh, alright.
Do you know who's better, Micoy?
For me, I think it's Fogbound Lake.
This is basically another Herb versus my Java case where I'm not really sure who's better. And gut and mind are saying different stuff.
Trust your insights.
Fogbound Lake, I guess?
I'm also gonna
My gut is saying Richard Mill. My gut is saying Richard Millplane, but I think I'll lean Fogbound Lake.
I also am going with Fogbound Lake. I think Fogbound Lake has been impressive so far. I think both these players are 2-0, if I'm not wrong.
I think
No, didn't
no, Richard
Fogbound lose
lost.
last week?
Oh, he did. Ooh. All right. So Fogbound is 1-1 versus.
Remember you lost the genius from Hoenn.
Oh. Well,
And Richard Millplane is 1-1, lost to
Yeah, we
Lasso
lost
in week
week
1.
one.
Ah, right. All right, so both players are 1-1. Both
Mm-hmm.
both players have shown us right now this BLT that they can play rather well, but they can also rather be questionable, have questionable builds that doesn't necessarily carry them to win. But in terms of
To be
playing,
fair, if you recall what happened in week 1, Lesson just kind of won the mind games. Richard Millplane was actually dominating a lot of that game.
right. But I think comparatively speaking, for both these players, I think Fogbound Lake has the edge here. Fogbound Lake is gonna Fogbound Lake. I've been more impressed with them more than I have with Richard. Although Richard, I've been actually very impressed with. So this is tough. This is a tough matchup. So yeah, I'm leaning more towards Fogbound Lake, but I won't be surprised if Richard wins.
All right.
Next up, SVO UU, we got Just Drew versus Spitfire Arcanine.
Oh.
Actually,
Well,
let me see the prep. You guys talk. Let me see the prep for that so far.
I'm personally thinking Spitfire.
I'm also thinking Spitfire. Like, Drew can play well, but Spitfire has just been massively goaded in other tiers. Like, he's not just a mono type player, people. He can do all around and do all around magnificently. I'm leaning Spitfire.
Mm-hmm. Although Spitfire's actually more known for his UU game lately than Mono.
Yeah, UU Masters.
UU Masters finalist, I think.
Oh, I think we're all pretty much in agreement with Spitfire.
Yeah.
Yeah, Spitfire. Just Drew though is pretty good, but I think Spitfire's better and can definitely pull out more unexpected sets that could catch Just Drew off guard.
Yeah. I mean, we've seen it before. We're gonna see it again. SVRU. Got Tier versus Just Franco.
Hmm.
What do you think, Pokehard?
Think I might want to say Franco?
I mean, yeah. This won't be hard. This won't be hard. I think Franco will easily win here. Like, Tier can play good.
I don't know about easily, but like I do
I'm gonna say
think Franco
Franco.
is favored.
I
Well,
like
of course
the team I'm
he's
seeing
favored.
right now.
Franco is easily favored here, I think. Like, Tier Acid can play decently, but RU is not his best tier. I don't think so.
Oof.
I agree. Franco is much more favored here. Next up, SVNU. Saki versus Enhilio.
Oh, that's kind of neat.
That's kind of neat. Yeah, good match on paper. I can't wait to see what Enhilio preps. Hey, Keanu?
You'll see. You'll see.
Hehehe.
Alright. Okay.
Sounds interesting. Okay.
Toki. Alright. Man. Toki is the better player of the two, but Enhilio has been pulling off pretty good win after pretty good win in both weeks 1 and 2. I'm kind of leaning more towards them, honestly. I think Enhilio should have a comfortable win here.
Interesting.
Alright. Next up, SVPU. T-Lenet versus Pop.
Selene.
Wow! Automatic.
Damn.
Alright, Keanu, convince me. How will Wesh prep against
Let me see. Pull up. Looking at the prep here, it's not that great yet.
It's
Depends.
non-existent so far, I guess.
Yeah, kinda. We got several teams that I'm seeing. That's a maybe. We don't have a confident one yet, but yeah.
Damn, your prep's better than some of my tiers, not gonna lie.
We prep really early, like weeks. I mean, okay, I'm not trying to expose us too much, but for DOU, we already have everything like, every week. Teams.
Well, that's basically what my monotype slot does.
Wow. All right. Interesting. Yeah, I'll agree with Pokeyard on this one. I think T-Lanet had a pretty good last week, so I think.
Yeah, even with the hacks, he still won.
Yeah, it was a very clutch. It was a deserving win, and T-Lanet, I think, is gonna continue that momentum. Pap is not bad, but I don't think PU has been treating him kindly. SVLC. Greedy EB versus Medaya. Why slot Medaya?
Can I ask?
Why slot
Yeah.
Let me see. In general, we were talking about it earlier, but we sent so much messages in general. I need to scroll. Why did we slot? What the hell?
Oh, you don't know?
L.
I don't think we had a different LC person. Who's drifting?
Oh.
Couldn't make it.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Oh man.
Yeah.
I guess Pap really didn't want to play LC, huh?
Hey, he would have actually got a good matchup against Greedy.
Yeah, maybe.
Alright, Pokeyard, who do you predict?
Greedy EB.
Same. I mean, Greedy's killing it in LC. Like, I think he's just due for another good win here.
No, he's not just Drew.
I say just do.
Who's that? Just Drew's cousin or something?
Just grew. Alright, SVDOU. Chris Numbers versus Raph. This ought to be pretty good. I think.
I think Raph.
Really?
He's killing it lately.
Alright.
I got him with the Super Scout.
Yeah.
That's all I can say.
So you're a super scouter too, Keanu?
Pretty much, I guess.
Oh boy, oh boy. I'm thinking Chris Numbers, but only slightly.
Okay.
I think Raph is good. Like, finally, unwashed Raph is good. But I think Chris Numbers had, even though his performances have been kind of lackluster, he did stand up well in the weeks 1 and 2. Enough for me to like, okay, I can sort of favor Chris here. Like, he can build some tech and he can build some tech kind of well. So I'm picking Chris. I won't be surprised if Raph wins, but I'm thinking Chris.
Isn't Chris 0-2 versus Raph being 2-0?
I still think Chris.
That's being a betting man.
Betting man instincts never fail, yeah. SV Monotype. This one I'm actually looking forward to. Sarah versus Ron.
It'll be fun.
This is the
Looking at all this prep. Yeah, there is a lot of prep going into this one. I will say this is probably the most prepped one right now.
Wow.
Right
For Sarah?
One of the most flooded messages that I've seen.
Goodness.
But yeah, I think this is Taurus Room's favorite matchup because Saru being Saru and Ron being a meme.
So, 2 memes, I guess?
Maybe. What do you think, Pokeyard?
Oh, Keanu, can you tell me about Ron as a player? Because I'm not really sure.
Alright, he did, I can't remember what specific gen he won, but he did in a solo tournament last gen. I don't know, I am teamed with him in 3 different tours.
Oh my gosh.
CC Las Vegas, and yeah, BLT too. Yeah, he seems pretty solid all around. Not about CC though, but anyways.
I don't
He's
think
got
you can be solid
yeah.
at CC.
In a BS7 you can, kinda.
You who has
With wild cards.
last CC 1v1 Pokemon, you're the one to talk.
I do it for fun, not because I'm solid at it.
No, you. Anyway.
Bro, I turned into a CC tryhard in the past 2 months just to get a. I really want this, yeah. I grinded to like top 30 in 2v2 CC.
Oh my god.
Man.
I mean, I want a CA too, but I kind of want from BLT.
Understandable.
Or TPP if it ever decides to offer one.
I just want to see it just for fun.
TPP doesn't have one?
Nope.
Oh.
Okay.
So if I were to win a TPP, it would purely be for glory.
Alright, so Poker, who do you think between Sarah and Ron?
I'm genuinely not sure because, like, I don't know. People are saying that Ron's better this gen, but I don't know about that. Zero is clearly not bad at mono.
Nope.
Maybe Zero?
I'm also gonna favor Saru. I know Ron can be a hidden goat at some points. Like, he can pull off some pretty meaningful games out of a hat pretty quickly. But I think Saru, continuing from the week 1 win against Felines, Mihawk.
Mihawk.
I think that will continue to carry on from week 3. I think Sarah clearly has a distinct knowledge of monotype, and I think that will carry him to a win.
Yeah, okay, that's fair.
Alright, next up we have Dressrosa Dracoviches versus the Sunny Shore Snorlaxes. First match, SVOU. We got Clean versus Starmaster.
Yikes. I know Clean pulled off that win against Shiloh, but can he do that again versus Starmaster?
This is Shiloh level 2.
I have to say Star on this one, not gonna lie.
Me too.
Alright. We're all leaning Starmaster here. Star is clearly like improved in Gen 9, so I think he'll still pull off another pretty dominant win. Sorry, Clean. Alright, SVOU, we got Sword Strike versus JJ O'Neilly.
Sword Strike's finally slotting in.
Yeah. Against JJ, too.
I think this will be close if Sword Strike's as good as I remember.
What do you think, Keanu?
I played both in multiple tours. I'd like to favor JJ a little more.
Right.
Battling them. I haven't battled them in OU specifically, but yeah. Just from other battles, I'd say JJ.
Okay.
I think I'm slightly leaning JJ, but I think this could be close if Sword Strike's still as good as I remember.
I'm gonna heavily favor JJ on this one. Sword Strike has been kind of meh.
Heavily?
Sword Strike's been kind of meh in Gen 8. I don't know how he is in Gen 9, but from what I've seen from Sword Strike, he's kind of meh in Gen 8. I might have to look into some replays of Sword Strike to really know.
I didn't even know he played OU.
I also don't. I also thought he would play something lower tier, but yeah.
Yeah.
I would go with JJ09.
I guess that's fair, but I think you're being a little harsh.
These are predictions. I have to be. All right, SV Ubers. Ainscrad versus Genius from Hoenn.
Hoenn. I mean Ainscrad.
What do you think, Keanu?
I'm actually unfamiliar with Hoenn, so I have to go Ainscrad.
Yeah.
Hoenn's kind of mid.
Yeah, Genius from Hoenn got a lucky win over Fogbound Lake, so this is fortunately going to go with Ainscrad.
It wasn't a lucky win. It was more like a matchup win, I guess.
He got a
And
lucky matchup.
Fogbound misplayed.
Yeah,
Fogbound also misplayed.
but I think Ainscrad is definitely like he's proven himself to be quite the Ubers. He has what 1-1. Yeah, he's 1-1. I think they'll go 2-1 here.
Yeah, I think so too.
SVUU Shiba versus Slip.
Oh, Shiba.
All right, Keno.
I have to go. Shiva, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, Shiba's kind of on a roll.
Shiba's been killing it. Much better than he did in last year's.
Well, Slip is 0-2.
Yeah.
Yeah, Slip, despite having some creative builds around SVUU, he just needs that killer instinct to really like try to win some games. Shiba's on a roll. Shiba's absolutely killing it. It is definitely the better player. I'm gonna go with Shiba as well.
Yeah.
SVRU. We got Irene 2002 versus Fricked MT, or I bet this is Sublime.
That's Sublime.
Is that Sublime? Okay.
Yeah, that's Sublime.
So this is the Tours room match.
Yeah.
The Tours right match. I think Sublime wins.
I think Sublime. I've actually seen these guys match up before. Or these two. Yeah. Sublime
I think
won.
Sublime's a bit better than Irene, and especially since this is his tier.
Yeah.
RU is definitely his tier.
Yeah, Sublime definitely has a better knowledge of RU than any other meta I've seen from them. Yeah, this should be a comfortable Sublime win, honestly. But I'm also going to go with Sublime.
Unless Irene brings Hisui and Zorwa.
Not again. Not again.
If you understand my reference.
Not again, Pokeart. Not again. Please. SVNU. We got Star Real versus Ziri.
Ziri.
Highlight match. Highlight match.
Ziri.
Highlight match. Keanu, what do you think?
Go Star Real on this one, honestly.
What? You are aware that Ziri is like a former NU Circuit champion, right?
Yeah.
And be crying in a previous week, right? And that, like, NU has been their, like, main, right? And that NU is, like, not Surreal's main, right? That Surreal has not actually been killing it so far.
He did get slaughtered in. Yeah, that's true. I'll just go against Pokeart, honestly, for the hell of it. I'm gonna go Star Real.
You lost this prediction. Ziri is the goat of all goats.
Oh man, this is the Pokeart. We should not be like because we've already been upset before. I'm gonna go with Ziri. This one because Ziri's more comfortable in NU.
Yeah.
Ziri
I went with the fun
mains
pick.
lower
Little fun pick
tiers.
there.
Ziri mains lower tiers. I don't think Surreal does.
No, no, Poker. Alright,
Mm,
this one. Stareel, if he preps well, I think Stareel will have a comfortable time. But Ziri, I think, will still win this game.
Yeah, Ziri is just too goated.
SVPU, Dogs versus Yes or No, my dude.
I don't know both players.
So we have two 0-2 players going up against each other, both who happen to already lose to Losco.
Yeah. Yep.
I'm gonna. This is tough because they're both 0-2 and haven't been showing, and haven't had an impressive showing.
What do you think?
I think Jugs the better player between the two, but he's just really not been playing well. It's hard.
Mm. So, who do you favor?
I'll go Dugza.
Alright. Keanu, what do you think?
I'm familiar with both. I mean, both 0-2. It kind of seems like a 50-50 to me.
Yeah,
Let's
it kind of
go.
feels that way.
Yeah. I'll go yes or no, dude. Yeah, why not?
Interesting.
They're betting on instincts. I'm gonna say, okay. From their losses, I think Dugza looks stronger of the two. Yes or no, my dude does have had a bad team week 1, had a good team week 2. Dugza had some. Dugza has had some problems with the playing well in this tier. Also getting gold ducked last week. But I think Dugza will have a comfortable win here. I think Dugza can definitely prove when the time is right.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
SVLC, Loki fan versus Elfuse on.
I'm gonna go Elfuse.
Yeah, I have to too. I beat Loki in LC, and that's saying a lot. So.
Oh!
Ooh. Hot fire.
Ooh, that is. Oh.
Yeah, I have to go Fusion.
Alright, I'm
Yeah.
gonna go with Elfuse. We're all in agreement here. Elfuse, I hope,
Like,
I
as
hope
if
you're
you
on a
didn't
roll
think
again.
so before, Keanu just convinced us.
Yeah, as you know, I don't play singles, so
If you can beat,
Yeah,
if you can
that's
beat
pretty
Loki,
clear. No
if you
offense.
can beat Loki fan with a single mon in LC, then that's just pretty much the level of play you have left. All right, next up, SVDOU. Highlight. Match of
Holy highlight. I'm still going SMB though. He's the superior 3-letter doubles player.
Yeah, I have to go SMB. Hopefully, XRN doesn't bring a psychic Chiyu this time.
Please bring
But
Psychic Chiyu.
yeah.
No, please bring Psychic Chiyu just to win. That's what I think.
Yeah.
They're
I'm more
gonna
confident in
bring a
SMB here.
psychic Chiyu than win.
Yeah, bring the goat. SMB wins. Like I want to say Zern, but I just don't feel comfortable saying that when it's up against the goat in Sableye My Bay. So
Yes.
Yeah, I'm more favoring SMB here.
Also, now I know where I've seen Akaru Kokuyo's name prior to BLT. It's in SMB's description.
yeah,
If you look.
I have looked. I know. Please have them face off so one of them can change their description.
Oh yes, please. I want them to face off.
Yeah, me too. All right, Biospeed Mountain type. This already happened. JoJo versus Felines. We're gonna talk about that game next week.
Yeah, that happened. Wait, we can predict. We can pretend it didn't happen, though. Who do we think is gonna win?
Felines got this.
I don't know. I'm thinking JoJo numbers.
I'm making the prediction.
I think he's just a bit better.
Oh, we're making the championship. I'm not predicting anything because it's 1-1. Moving on. Anyway, next up, the Resort City Rufflets versus the Phantom Troop. It's about to get hype, and a lot of hype matches are on full display here. SVOU, Sylveon used Calm Mind versus Lax.
Ooh.
This one interests me.
If you mean to tell me that Sylveon used Calm Mind is the 2-0 player in this situation, I would have laughed your ass off.
About that.
Yeah. He's 2-0. Lax is 1-1.
Really?
Yeah. Kind of a unlucky loss to 3D last week.
Oh yeah. I forgot.
Alright. Who do you think, guys?
I think
I'm gonna say
Lax.
Lax.
Lax. Yeah, I mean, this is a comfortable Lax win. Sylveon used Calm Mind can't get lucky anymore. I mean, the Renbet's luck carrying over to BLT can't last forever, alright? Lax to win. Unless he hacks us again.
Axing Lax? Never heard that one before.
Week 2.
That was the joke, Micoy.
Oh, okay. SVRU. First time we're seeing this name. ACR1 versus Mihawk.
You're finally saying it right.
Mihawk. Mihawk.
No!
Alright. Who do you guys think?
Why is Mihawk in OU now?
Fragment.
Why is Dunox in mono?
Blame Fragments.
Wait, why is why is Korea in mono?
Blame,
Korea?
What's going
Where?
on with these lineups?
blame Raj. I don't know.
What the heck? I keep forgetting Korea's Podan user.
Yeah, I actually learned that Podown user is like a Korean site server, apparently. I mean, Podown. Podown is a Korean site server, apparently.
Alright, what do you guys think?
This one's hard.
I want to say ACR1. I haven't really been impressed with how Mihawk has been doing in mono or in general. So, and I hear ACR1 is good. So I think maybe ACR1.
You know?
Alright. I'll take Pokemon's for it, honestly. I'll go ACR1.
I have seen ACR1 play. I have seen like a couple of replays of ACR1. He's definitely one to look out for, people. He's not on the level of Star Master or Michael Derbest or Alax, but he is good. He may not be in the level of he may be on the same level as like a Kebab or a Zero Napoli, if you know what I'm saying.
Alright.
I don't know about a Kebab.
So ACR1. Definitely ACR1.
Okay.
SV Ubers. Taka versus Mashing.
I hear Mashing is quite good at Ubers, actually.
Yeah.
But who is better at Ubers is the question.
What do you guys think?
I think I want to say Mashing.
Machine play us in Ubers last time? Who played us in Ubers last week? Trying to remember.
It was Ender. Ender is their Ubers player normally.
Yeah, I'm unfamiliar with mashing and Ubers.
They play like OU and Ubers. They're apparently quite good at both.
Alright.
Possibly less so for OU. They might actually be better at Ubers.
So what about you, Keanu?
I don't know if I'm confident in that. I'll go. I think this will be a good match. I'll go Taka though.
Alright.
Okay, that's fair.
I'm gonna go with mashing. I think finally they're slotting mashing in a place where they're most comfortable in and actually can do well. Mashing for me all the way in Ubers.
Alright.
SVUU. We got Udon Girl versus Rashay.
Udon Girl.
What about you, Kino?
Sure, Udon Girl.
Yeah, we're all going Udon Girl. Please go back.
Can you believe Udon Girl is? Can you believe Udon Girl is 0-2 right now?
Me too, right? I don't know why. I don't know why Udon Girl is 0-2 right now, but you know what? I think he'll bounce back. I think they'll bounce back pretty well. Rashay is a good player, but I think Udon Girl's gonna be.
Udon Girl is just better.
Yeah, Udon Girl's much better.
Mm.
SVRU Piyush versus Ender.
What? What happened?
Ender plays RU1?
Piyush plays RU1?
Oh no, Ender.
Both play RU.
But no, both though.
Both play RU win.
Oh yeah, huh?
Comments.
Yeah, this is why I'm like, huh?
Ender start playing RU.
Cause like Ender was their Ubers player prior, and Piyush was one of their OU players.
I mean, they made the sensible choice in slotting two better OU players than Piyush, but still.
I'll just go Ender. I don't really know about that one, obviously.
I don't know if I even can decide here.
Predict, Pokemon.
No, I have no idea. I need something to go off of. This is a weird match.
Predict, Pokemon.
What are you predicting, Micoy, huh?
I'm honestly going Piyush.
That's fair, I'll go Piyush.
Okay. SVNU. Skimmy the God versus Actrotix. Why are they still not slotting Skimmy in Ubers?
Because they have a better Ubers player.
But anyway. You need wins in Ubers.
Actrotix.
Yeah.
Actrotix wins this.
What do you think, Keanu?
I don't have to go Actrotix.
Well, again.
Skimmy is 1-1, and one of those games was yeah. So let's just say he's 0-1.
Yeah.
What team is Team Charm on? I forgot.
Dragon Fishes.
Okay.
Yeah, Dragon Fishes.
Alright. Yeah, Actrotix all the way. 100%. 100% Actrotix. SVPU. This is one of the most hyped matchups in all my years of watching these BLT games. This one I'm very much looking forward to. Jennifer Side versus Danny.
This is quite hype. I agree.
I'm excited. I want to catch this live.
I think Danny, though.
Who?
Hmm. This'll. Yeah, I need to catch this live too. I'll go Danny.
Betting man instincts kick in here because I think Tenebricide.
Oh
Alright.
my. I don't know how much of a bet that is, though, because Tenebricide's pretty good.
Oh, hell yeah. I think he can beat Danny. I think he can beat Danny. I think he's at that level. So, yeah, this one I'm looking forward to, folks. Hopefully this doesn't go anticlimactic, but yeah, Tenebricide. You guys pick Danny, I pick Tenebricide.
Alright.
SVLC, Hacker versus Ace Hunter.
Ooh.
Ooh, that's another highlight.
I don't know whether
Yeah.
to laugh. I don't know whether to laugh or cry at this matchup because it's either gonna be a solidly played game between great LC mains, or it's gonna be the most one-sided curb stomp in the whole world.
Or it's just going to be filled with hacks. Did you consider that?
That would just make me pissed off. I don't want to have to rant again.
Well, I
Alright.
think Hacker wins in a clean match.
Ooh, okay. I'm gonna go Ace Hunter.
Ooh.
Betting man instincts. This time I'm playing safe and go Hacker. Like, Hacker
Alright.
has been pretty good, I think. Ace Hunter, 0-2. Sadly. I know, 1-1. Nah, 1-1.
No, 1-on-1. He beat us.
He beat
I'm pretty
us.
Yeah,
sure.
1-1. Beat Velvet, yeah.
Yeah. Beat our sub Sag.
Yeah. Hacker all the way. SVDOU.
Oh my god, I'm not.
Sunday versus Awkward Kokuyo. Well done,
Was
Sunday,
this
for playing your
the
first
time
game.
to slot in Sundays?
Well done, Sunday. You made, buddy.
Is this the right time?
I think
It's
we're all
about
gonna
time.
decide the same person on this one.
Time, laddies.
I'm gonna go Aku. For
I'm going
obvious
Akaru
reasons.
as well.
I'm rooting for Sundays, but I'm betting on Akaru to win.
Yeah, I'll root for Sundays too.
Yeah, I'm rooting for Akaru
Hey, maybe
because
he'll figure out one of the four
because
mods.
SMB is his kawaii Neko.
Yeah, Sugoi.
No, Micoy, you didn't need to add.
Sugoi.
Oh no.
Sugoi Uwu Owo.
Ugh,
Oh god.
no.
SV Monotype. Pull down user versus Dunox.
What? What?
Hey, Dunox actually does well in Monotype.
No, then Dunox.
He does well in Monotype. I haven't seen him play.
He has some records in Monotype. I think I've
Okay, I'm going with Dunox then.
noted it in the
Alright, I'm gonna pull a BKG real quick and favor Korea.
Oh my god.
I'm a favor Korea.
Holy shit. Oh my god.
That one's for BKG.
He's the betting man. No way.
No.
That one's for BKG, man.
This transcends betting man. This is betting all of Korea against Duno.
Whoa, that's betting country.
Betting country instincts. I'm going Dunox. This is a comfortable Dunox win. But if Korea wins,
for BKG.
we must give the championship to BKG. Okay, Art?
Okay. Although I will say this. I don't think it'll be a curb stomp. It's not like Korea's bad.
No. Korea can have
Oh, he could probably win.
Korea plays a bunch.
Korea
He could probably win, but if Dunox is in a tier he's good at, then Dunox will win.
Well, Well, Korea
That's
needs
some
to know first.
crazy picks.
Well, Korea needs to know first what is a low roll when it comes to seismic toss. Then we'll start.
Oh,
That one got me laughing, I'm not gonna lie.
All right, last
being so
series.
harsh.
Last series, we got Ice Path Iron Bundles versus the Anastar Articuno. All right.
How's your prep looking, Tokyo Art?
For which tiers are you asking? It's
Any
very
tiers, really?
inconsistent.
Oh.
Like, I don't see any messages in either OU channel.
Oh. Trying it is.
Well then, that just shows you how much they prep.
Yeah, I genuinely don't know what's going on there.
I'm
But
crying.
I hate. Well, you see, we already saw crying win.
predict.
Oh, yeah.
Predict the live reaction we did.
Oh my god.
See, I wasn't really aware of who Kate was facing prior to him saying, I'm playing now.
Oh wow.
But when I saw it was crying, I was like, oh, crap.
No, God wept when he saw crying. He was facing crying. Yeah, crying.
I think you meant he was crying. God is crying.
God was crying because it's currently raining.
No, because crying is God.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Okay, that was purely for the joke. I don't actually think that.
All right, crying one. We already saw this on our live reaction. SVOU.
Yeah, I think we all thought crying would win.
SVOU, we got Kebab Billy Millie versus Shiloh. Holy crap, this is a highlight match. Now thinking about it.
Yes, it is. Oh my god.
This is
I hope I see some prep into this.
No prep? Again?
Just don't tell Kebab.
It's like the lowest line count in the entire team.
What did you say?
I said Kebab has the lowest line count in the entire team. He doesn't really. If he preps, he doesn't really show it.
Poker, just tell Kebab not to prep against same six, okay? This is not TPP.
Come on, Micoy, stop that.
Alright.
Shiloh is more than a same-six player. He's a goat.
He beat Starmaster, I can concede. He beat Starmaster. Yeah. Still, though, I will still pick Kebab Millie to win. What about you, Keanu?
Whoa!
Really?
I honestly thought
Shiloh.
You guys would both say Shiloh. I'm not saying Shiloh, but I thought you guys both would.
Nah, I actually think Kebab Millie to win. Like, he's good. Okay,
I appreciate the sentiment, Micoy.
And Kebab, you were saying you were going for Shiloh.
Yeah.
Alright.
Kebab.
Kebab?
Alright.
But wait, we got Kebab here? I thought we got KeanuVGC here.
The identity has been exposed.
I'm not really Keanu. I'm Kebab. What are you talking about, Pokemon?
Oh my god. Oh my god.
I'm on my I'm ulting.
You're really hungry for Kebab, okay?
It's on two different teams, on and alt. Oh my god.
Alright. SV Ubers, Layson versus Aberforth. This is a highlight on a highlight.
Ooh.
I know y'all are both gonna say Aberforth. I just know it.
Oh, actually?
What do you think? What do you think?
I honestly had confidence in Lassen this week, but I don't know about the prep. This Lassen prep?
Ooh.
Oh, he's prepping. This I know for certain. He is, in fact, prepping. He's just not doing it in the Discord.
Mm.
Ooh.
This will be an obviously good match, but yeah, I'll.
You're gonna go Layson.
Nice, and yeah.
Oh,
I'm gonna
I
go.
appreciate it.
I'm gonna go with the tried and truth and go for Aberforth. Like,
I'm going with my dude, Layson. I know he's cooking. I haven't seen what he's cooking, but he's cooking.
I think Aberforth will.
So
Also,
it's a good sign when someone's cooking.
yes, he's cooking kebab right now. Cause I'm hungry for some kebab.
Excuse me?
Anyway, I'm hungry. Anyway, Aberforth. I'm picking
Okay.
Aberforth.
That's why I ate dinner, Micoy. I eat when I'm hungry.
You're not you when you're hungry. Grab a Snickers. We're not sponsored by it. No.
I don't love peanut butter, so I don't eat Snickers.
Damn.
SVUU TMM versus Avidus.
This guy's a bit hard to prep for, not gonna lie.
This is another highlight match. I almost forgot to say. Oh my god, both players are absolutely stellar except for you.
Yep. TMN may be 1-1, but that was due to a lucky crit in week 1. He almost beat UU Masters finalist Spitfire Arcanine, and he beat Udon Girl last week.
Yeah, this was a hard opponent. Keanu, who do you think?
I'm gonna have to go TMM and repping Team Philippines. So yeah.
I'm gonna go against that and go for Avidus because Avidus has been very successful lately. So
You're a mistake,
Yeah.
Micoy. I don't think you understand. Out of all our tiers, UU is probably one of the best we got in terms of prepping.
we'll see about that. We'll see about that when it comes to the game. You don't know. Maybe Avidus could be cooking something heat, and we just don't know.
But if we're cooking something heat, huh? I don't know what we're bringing.
I'm hungry. Stop making me hungry. I'm not myself when I'm hungry. Okay.
It's okay, Micoy. I can't actually cook. It's just them who are cooking.
SVRU. The Franklin versus Derp Boy.
Oof. That's all I gotta say.
Sorry, Derpy. Keanu?
I wanted to slot in Derpy, and this is where they chose to slot him for the first time. That's just kind of cruel, honestly.
Harsh. Alright, Keanu, what do you think?
Damn. Yeah, I'm gonna go Franklin.
I think we're all going Franklin.
Yeah.
The obvious choice. The Franklin is the obvious choice. Sorry, Derpy. Hope you do well in OMMs in the future. SVNU. Saba versus Gorex.
Yikes.
I'm surprised.
How's the prep looking for this one?
I'm surprised you kept Saba.
Why are you surprised we kept Saba? He won last week.
But I thought it was just gonna be a one and done.
Also, prep is looking decent.
Alright, so what do you guys think?
I'm gonna have to go Gorex.
I'm not really surprised at that decision. Gorex can play a lot of things.
Yeah.
And quite frankly, I'm a bit nervous.
Yeah, he's S tier for a reason, Gorex. Like, he's a S to A player for a reason. This one's also hard. I think I want to go Gorex as well, because Saba can be good. I don't know if he's on the level of Thorn. I don't know if he's level of Gorex. Or it seems like a hard opponent.
Yeah, that does indeed seem like a hard opponent.
SVPU. Ryuji versus Los Kono Shoto.
Gulp?
Scared. Los Kono Shoto's good.
Yeah, Losco's been
Yeah.
on fire.
What do you think, Keanu?
I think we all agree on this one. Los Conos. I can't say his name, bro. I'm not even gonna try.
Losco no
Los
Shuto.
Conos Shuto.
Shuto, yeah.
Yeah, I'm also gonna go.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go Los Kono Shoto on this one. He's been absolutely killing it on PU. He's got all the momentum in the world. Tenebricide versus Los Kono Shoto win. Like, that's a matchup I want.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be an absolute highlight.
PU's been killing it with these two, rocking the tier, and yeah, Los Kono Shoto for the win. Sorry, Ryuji. Hope you build something weird.
Prep is going decently so far. It'll probably progress as the week goes by.
SBLC, we got Skelly versus Excelsior, two old heads fighting each other.
This is X Kelly's chance. Finally.
Keanu, who do you think?
I might go Skelly. I'm unfamiliar with. I haven't seen too much of Excelsior, but yeah, I'm gonna go Skelly. I've seen way more of him, and I think I'm more confident.
So, if you don't know, Keanu, Excelsior has been an old head LC veteran. He has played LC for quite a number of gens lately. Got an impressive run in a past BLT. Never forget that.
Like an 8-0 record in a past BLT. Yeah, it was crazy. Although that was like Gen. What gen was that?
Seven. Early 7, early 8.
Yeah, I don't remember. But I don't really know how good Excelsior is at Gen 9. To me, he seems washed.
I'm gonna go Skelly. Like, this is the comfortable game. Like, Excelsior.
Yes.
I go Skelly too.
You know what Skelly said to me? Or not to me, but you want to know what Skelly said after losing to Hacker?
What?
Said, sorry team, but I know I'll have my shiz together next week.
Alright.
Alright, SVDOU, London 13 versus Faye.
Eek!
I'm going Faye here as someone who talks to him a lot. I'm going Faye here. It's a fellow.
I know.
Hope you guys prepare a lot.
Yeah, we're prep is going all right in doubles right now.
This is by far the hardest. Aside from Aberforth, this might be the hardest one to prep for. So.
Really? What Aberforth? No, Avarice is the hardest to prep for easily.
Yeah.
I made the mistake.
Because Avarice has a bazillion alts.
I made the mistake finally, Pokeyard. You happy? But yeah.
Avarice brings like all kinds of teams and has a bazillion alts, so that's why he's, in my opinion, the hardest to prep for.
But you got a good standing in TMM, so you shouldn't be too surprised. Although Fayette, yeah, Fayette.
I'm aware this seems like a one-sided match, especially since London was asking the other day, what are the commentary types for a lot of these mons?
Oh no.
Oh no, that's a bad sign.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
In hindsight, I don't know if I'm much better or if I'm better at all.
Yeah, Faye's very solid. Even in VGC draft, he's pretty solid. We're both in a like $200 or yeah.
The monotype, we got
El Cap. My God.
El Cap, they're that afraid of us.
God.
I
They not only put crying in OU, but they put L cap in mono. They're just that scared.
Ooh, I'm going El Cap. I'm kidding. No. I'm kidding.
ASIC.
Um,
Solidly ASIC.
yeah, this is a comfortable ASIC. But probably 6-0 ASIC win, if I'm being honest.
El Cap would get 10 crits in a row.
10 crits in a row.
Even with 10 crits in a row, I don't know if that would be enough.
Yeah, he'll get 10 crits in a row and still not win. So ASIC.
Also, it might be worth noting that ASIC's playing LCAP on an off day for LCAP.
Good. Kill the man.
So he's playing unnerfed LCAP. Imagine.
Good. Kill the man. Kill the man. Kill the man in Mons. Alright. So that brings us to the end of our week 3 review. Thank you, Keanu, for participating in this little 4-hour session of BLT ranking.
Hey,
Thanks for having
we
me.
had a break.
We had a break, but the recording went for 3 hours and 30 minutes.
Oh gee.
Yeah.
By the way, Keanu, you like the Iron Bundles logo that's finally there?
Yeah.
She made it in like 3 weeks. So this woman makes art. Anyway, thank
Wonder who
you.
made ours.
Thank you. Thank
It's
you all.
probably Velvet.
Alright, thank you everyone so much for watching. Please like this video, leave a comment, subscribe, hit the notification so you wouldn't miss a video once they come out. See you next week for week 3 recap and week 4 predicts.
Yeah.
Bye, y'all.
Hopefully it'll be a recap of us winning.
Oh. Again, being overconfident will get you severe shame. I'll just warn you now. Anyway, thank you all so much for watching. This has been Micoy, signing out.